Welcome back, everybody, to Two Dudes in a Room.
Two dudes in a room.
Two Dudes in a Room. My name's Cordell.
And I'm not.
And
whoa,
go
man.
ahead. It's all you.
Why, okay. I don't know how many. What is it? This is like our sixth one or something like that.
Sixth or seventh, yeah, something like that.
It feels like it doesn't feel. It's not getting boring yet.
No,
We're still coming back to it.
This is almost therapy for me. Just come in,
Talk out.
just talk
Talk
out
it
whatever
out.
we got to talk about.
Not that we don't talk at home or anything like that.
We talk like if you just followed us around all day, you would realize that when we talk in real life, that's how we talk in the podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's
slightly more inappropriate.
yeah. I mean, not much though.
Not by much. No, can't say that. Oh, you're gonna catch that on the mic. I'm moving.
Oh, that's
I know it's
that's
gonna be great.
Sounds.
And also, like they broke. Look at this. They broke it. Someone broke this little string right here.
God damn it.
People can't treat it with respect.
Yeah, but look at all the other strings on there. Like, they're all falling apart.
Yeah, they look like they're kind of like 90 years old or some crap.
They're on their last leg. Mine are perfect. Like, my mic is working perfectly. It looks great. It's young. It's beautiful.
You know what? We don't need to compare mics right now.
Okay. Let's leave that for home, I guess.
Yeah, we still need to get those mics. For everyone listening, we're not at home. We're in a secure location, bunker place.
Yeah, and the reason we're not at home is because we can't get the fucking mics to work.
I blame, I don't know what I blame, just cheap microphones,
Yeah, I was going to say, I blame the fact that we got $30 microphones.
I mean, it's because, like, they're USB, so they're not friendly, I guess.
Just, if anyone out there listening knows how this shit works. All right, so you take a little USB drive, basically, you plug it into your USB port, and then you can plug your headset and you plug the microphone into that USB thing. And it will not work unless it's plugged into that USB thing. We've tried plugging it into my, I have a microphone port on my laptop. Zach's got one, and it just does not work. We cannot get it to work, and unless we have it plugged in that USB thing. And when it is, and we try to record on Audacity or whatever we're recording on, there's this high-pitched whine in the background that drives me up a goddamn wall.
Cordell can't deal with it.
I
can't deal with
I can't.
Like with this one, it's pretty close to. Whoa! I'm not drunk just so everyone knows. I just can't talk, which is terrible for a podcast, or great. I don't know.
We'll see where it goes.
But like, it also echoes a little bit.
Yeah.
When we're doing that one, well, this one's pretty crystal clear.
Yeah, it's also very delayed. Like I could snap my fingers and I'll hear the sound through my headset a second later.
Yeah, you'll hear your click and then the click through your headphones.
It pisses me off, man. We're gonna have to buy some higher quality shit.
I mean, you said there's a place downtown around here that has microphone stuff, right?
Yeah.
We gotta go visit so we can talk to some salesmen that can sell us some really expensive microphones.
Once I have some money.
Yeah, right.
I'm fucking broke. I'm a college kid.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway.
I get that.
It is currently Sunday the 28th, 29th?
Something like that.
And Halloween is Tuesday, guys. And I could not be more excited.
I mean, I actually forgot that Halloween was Tuesday because it felt like Halloween was this weekend.
Yeah, good point.
Because like
people out on the weekend before.
Yeah, we went out and there was a lot of scary people dressed up and not so scary people dressed up. My childhood. We went to a bar and my childhood was there. I saw Winnie the Pooh. I saw Scooby-Doo. I don't think they did it for the childhood aspect of things.
No, some of them were too sexy. Like
Sexy Pooh Bear?
I mean, that and there was tons of Rick and Morty. I saw tons of Ricks. I only saw one Morty.
I was kind of expecting that, to be honest, because that's, it's like the Joker last year. It's the same thing.
Or Harley Quinn last year.
Or Harley Quinn, yeah.
I did see a Harley Quinn this year, and she wasn't like in your dime store Harley Quinn outfit. Like she went out and she bought just all the shit like individually and made the perfect Harley Quinn costume.
It was the old school one too. It wasn't new school.
It was from Arkham Asylum, like her in her nurse outfit.
Yep.
And
she worked it. She worked it well.
I went to school with her too. She's probably listening right now. How you doing, Keisha? How you doing, Keisha? I know you're with Bane, and Bane.
I was gonna say, but her boyfriend was there too.
Yeah, her husband.
Husband.
Yeah, her husband Bane was
even
right
better.
There. Yep.
Even better.
They both had real nice rings on their fingers. They're a cute couple. They're just the cutest couple. But I'll tell you what. I didn't care in that moment.
You just had to go and talk. You were very social. I was very proud of you.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Am I not usually social?
Well, I mean, you like went out of your way to talk to people, and I think having them wearing costumes gave you an excuse to talk to them.
Yeah, go like, who were you supposed to be?
Yeah,
What are you?
there was a couple. There was that chick who was supposed to be the mermaid or whatever, and
She was supposed to be an alien,
or an
but
alien.
I totally thought she was a mermaid.
Yep, that's what I thought too. And I was looking through my Instagram feed, and a chick that looked just like it, except she was wearing less things. Like she was showing full tummy and like just a top that barely covered her, and then like a blue skirt, and then like heels. I'm like, doesn't look anything like a mermaid. I'm just gonna throw it out there.
You know what? I wouldn't have complained.
I won't argue against it. I'm just saying it doesn't look like any mermaid that I know.
I went up to a girl. She was sitting by herself, and I was like, awesome. She's wearing a Scooby-Doo shirt. She had like grease paint on her nose, and like she had little like freckle things like for the whiskers. And I was like, oh my god, this girl's by herself. She's super cute, and she's Scooby-Doo. And if you don't know, there's a shot called a Scooby snack.
It is.
So I went up to her and asked her if she wanted a Scooby snack, and she said sure.
Did she laugh at that?
No, she didn't laugh at all. She was just like, sure. And I walked off to go to the bar to get one. Crowded as fuck, so there was not a chance. Like,
no, it took you a solid more than 5 minutes.
Yeah,
like close, and then, not quite 10, but somewhere between there.
But by the time I was up at the bar ready to order, Zach had texted me that she walked off with a Shaggy. So that bitch was trying to get a free drink out of me.
Which is kind of messed up. Like, if you think about it, usually when people come up to you, like, I guess a nice person would be like, no, I'm here with somebody or something like that, so you don't have to buy me. She just wanted free alcohol. That's all she wanted.
That bitch. I didn't actually buy the shot. Like, I didn't come back with the drink, but like I was there.
You were at the bar, and I texted you, and I'm like, no, she's gone.
I mean, yeah, it happens.
That's life, Cordell.
That's how it works. For
hopes were brought up and then crumbled by a Shaggy.
Yeah, I mean, Shaggy has crumbled many of my dreams. I mean, if you watch the new Scooby-Doo, the whole
like the live action one, or
no, like they remade the series. Like it's on Cartoon Network, or at least it was last year.
Yeah.
And it looks like shit.
Really?
Yeah. I don't like it at all. The animation style makes me want to throw up.
Is it just like wonky looking or something like that?
It's very wonky looking.
Okay. I could see that, how it ruins it. But like, are the voice acting pretty?
The voice acting's decent.
Like
it's passable.
I was gonna say it's pretty hard to mess it up. I mean, you could mess it up for sure. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying that like there's a lot of impressionists that could do like a Shaggy or a Scooby or anything like that.
all the people sound like they're supposed to for the most part.
Oh, okay.
But it's just that the art style's weird. And I don't know if you guys used to watch the old Teen Titans show on Cartoon Network, like way back in the early 2000s.
Occasionally.
That is one of my favorite. I have all the seasons at home. It's one of my favorite shows. There's this bastard child on Cartoon Network right now called Teen Titans Go, and like they got all like most of, if not all, the original voice actors, and it has none of the substance that the old show used to have. Like the old show had plot, it had character development, it had amazing everything.
It was a good story too.
Exactly, yeah, and like even the filler episodes, because there were a lot. You watched them and you're like, oh, this is still a good episode. Whereas this new one is just like, oh, let's teach kids lessons through the Teen Titans.
I thought you were gonna go along the route of like it's very flashy and like really cheesy.
It is really flashy and cheesy, and there's no like fight sequences. And if there are, they're very quick, and it's like
boring and like you come for at least for me, I went to see like the dynamic between the characters and the fight scenes. That's kind of what brought me in there. And the character and the story as much as I could.
The story was just amazing. Like it's this new one is kind of like Family Guy, where you can pick it up at any point and be like, "Oh, I understand." Like, there's this group of people. What are they doing today?
There's no
overarching plot.
Right.
At least for what I've seen.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I haven't seen it in a while. I think. Do you think they would make a Teen Titans movie, or have they made one?
Technically, they have. I mean. Not with those characters, but they made one a while back, Teen Titans versus the Justice League.
Oh, okay.
And
was it good?
I liked it.
Okay,
all right. It was like so Raven's dad is like a demon from another dimension.
I could see that.
And basically parts of him seep into our dimension, and he takes over the mind of most of, if not all of the Justice League. I can't remember exactly how many he gets, but he gets Superman for sure, and all the heavy hitters, and the Teen Titans have to fix this.
Okay, I can see that. That would be pretty cool. It was animated.
It was animated.
Now, what do you think about live action?
I mean, I would watch it.
Who owns Teen Titans? DC. DC does. Okay.
DC Teen Titans.
I don't know if they would. I could see them doing that, but like making it make it into the kind of what they have as the Justice League now. Though I don't know if it would make sense to give each person their own movie and then eventually get them into the Teen Titans kind of deal.
And I mean, like, you would really have to do some character development because Robin is in the Teen Titans,
Right.
and at least one of the Robins is dead. I don't know exactly which one, because in Batman vs Superman,
Oh yeah.
there was a Robin suit, and the Joker had "You Lose" or whatever written
Yeah. Yep.
written on it. I want to say that was Jason Todd, because I don't think they would kill off Dick Grayson, who is Nightwing.
I can't see them doing that either.
So I'm guessing it's Jason Todd. So we'd have to bring in our next Robin, who is Tim Drake, who I'm not sure was ever in the Teen Titans. So the next one would be Damian Wayne, and there's a whole backstory there. you would need a whole movie to understand what happened to bring about Damian Wayne.
But like, so let's say for example that they go the route of Suicide Squad, and they only give you snippets
Of all of them?
all of them, and then they give you the big group, like you know, like Suicide Squad, pretty much.
I mean, that's kind of what they did with the old TV series. Is like it just kind of threw you into the action.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, if you go to that movie, you're a fan of that group of superheroes, so you know who everybody is. And there's many iterations. Some of them had Kid Flash, some of them have Cyborg. It's like
right,
ins and outs. There's different people, but you know who those people are. You know what they can do, and if you can't, you can pick it up pretty easily.
Right. Okay.
So, I mean, yeah, I would. If it was done like Suicide Squad, it could be done. It could be done very well. If it was just like where they threw you into the action and this thing is happening now, I mean, I'd be able to understand it and I would love it.
Right. I'm just saying that it's pretty interesting the difference between Marvel and DC when it comes to making movies, because it seems like everyone can understand, like anyone can come into a Marvel movie and not know anything and come out and enjoying the movie because they understand it. While if you went into a DC movie and you don't really know much about superheroes in that universe, then you'd come out pretty confused, I'd say.
Yeah, but that's because like with Suicide Squad, they're very obscure characters for the most part. Like,
yeah,
not many people knew about Deadshot or Killer Croc or Captain Boomerang, for that matter.
Fair point. Yeah,
going in, but like
they just want to see cool shit coming out of it, kind of thing. And
I mean, even Guardians of the Galaxy was a bit of a.
That's true.
Because like Guardians wasn't a super popular. I mean, they're relatively popular, but not to the extent of the Avengers, where like people know who Hulk is, people know who Thor and Iron Man and all those characters. They know who they are, and when it comes to Hawkeye and Black Widow, they introduce them perfectly. Like you just need a little snippet of, oh, this guy shoots a bow. This is a Russian spy chick.
Does it make it any better or worse that you feel more connected with that character? Because we've had a lot of movies for Iron Man compared to Black Widow. So like, do you feel more drawn to Iron Man movies, or like, you know, like are you drawn to more movies that that you're connected to because you know more about, or do you not care between the two, do you think?
I mean, like,
I guess it kind of depends on
if
what
they made
characters.
if they made another Iron Man, I would be okay with it as long as it didn't fuck it up like they did Iron Man 3 or 2 for that. I wasn't a big fan of Iron Man 2 or 3.
Yeah,
to be honest. I mean, if they made a Black Widow movie, I would totally watch it. I mean,
right. I'm just saying, do you feel more connected to characters that have backstory, or you think you don't care that much?
It really depends on the movie. Like in Age of Ultron, I totally was more interested in the Black Widow Hulk thing that was going on, as opposed to the Captain America Iron Man thing that was going on, which was the point of the goddamn movie. I could have done 30 minutes of Natasha just like calming Hulk down. I think that would have been awesome. It's like Hulk goes and breaks some shit, comes back, Natasha's like, sun's getting real low, big guy.
Is that part of the comics too, where Black Widow, where they just threw that in there for some reason?
I think it just threw it in there because I know I don't think it was, because I remember people tweeting about how they just made Black Widow a love interest.
Or I'm sure like the all the feminists were not too happy about
Yeah.
that. She was just a love interest at this point.
Yeah, she kind of is, even though she's a badass character.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But then I love how everyone was talking about how Black Widow's she's downgraded. She's not as cool as she was. She's like
I just dropped my cap.
You did. She's just become a love interest for Mark Ruffalo's Hulk, and then Mark Ruffalo tweeted back and was like, "Funny, I thought that's exactly what they did with Hulk. They made him a love interest.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I see. Okay.
They watered down the character and made him this love interest and this love thing that was going on between the two."
Yeah, to me, it still feels like it's out of place a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because like they didn't. I guess they did talk a little bit before that, but I never got the intention of like, oh, they have feelings for each other.
I don't see Natasha like getting with any of these guys.
Right. I feel like she would go. I don't even know if she would go for a guy, to be honest. She's a very strong, independent woman. They don't need no man.
They don't need no man. I
but
mean,
like,
I'd prefer if she wasn't.
If she wasn't with the Hulk
If
or whatever.
she wasn't with anybody, like she could just be there kicking ass.
Right. It's kind of like well, I shouldn't say that. I was gonna say the same thing about Wonder Woman, but there was huge. That was all the movie was. I'm just saying. Do you think she'll move on now? Spoiler alert, but you know.
I mean, that movie's been out for a while.
Okay, cool. I'm just making sure I didn't.
In the comics, she gets with in one of the canons at least, and in the DC animated universe, she's with Superman.
Oh really?
Yeah, they get together.
Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. Do you think? Yeah, no, I don't know. It's because they're both like, I don't know. Are they? Is it alien considered alien, or are they just called?
He's an alien. She's a Amazonian. She's
always been a goddess.
Yeah, she's a demigod.
Okay.
We just talked about this.
Yeah.
We just talked about this.
Yeah,
She's the daughter of Zeus and her mother, whose name is blanking on me right now. I'm sorry. The queen of the Amazonians.
I couldn't help you on that one.
Yeah.
Is she the only one, or does she have sisters? I don't remember. I think
they're
she's
all
the only
sisters technically.
one. Oh wait, all of them there.
I mean, like kind of, yeah.
How does that work for
I don't exactly know.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's not like they're mating.
Well, all the girls?
No, it's like I don't know like how it works exactly. I'm not a huge Wonder Woman fan. I know the basics. I don't know how their procreation works. I just know she's the daughter of Zeus.
Yeah.
And
yeah, like she'd be very scary in the sack. I'm just gonna throw it out there.
I mean, I like powerful women, so I would.
That's your thing then.
I mean, Wonder Woman would never go for me. I don't know if you've seen me in real life. I'm a super good looking dude, whereas Gal Gadot is or Gal Gadot, however you want to say.
I don't even remember, to be honest with you.
She is. But yeah, that's not happening.
We're gonna end it. That's not happening.
Not happening in my lifetime.
Who do you think you have a chance with out of all the superhero wins? There's not that many now that I think about it. There's only like a couple that I could think of.
I mean, when
Harley Quinn, probably.
Yo, I could Joker it up. I could Joker it up. I mean, she knows who the Joker is.
Did she ever fall in love with somebody else, or is it just Joker?
I mean, in some canons, I suppose. Like there are canons where the Joker she was like, "Hey, I'm done with him. She finally understands how abusive he is.
Oh, really?
And how much of a shitty dude he is. So she continues to be a criminal, but she's not really associated with the Joker anymore.
She just does her own thing.
I mean, yeah, kind of.
Okay.
And when she's with the Suicide Squad, she's with them and not so much the Joker.
Is she the only girl in the Suicide Squad?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I'm Enchantress, I suppose, but
yeah, I didn't count that one.
I'm not up on my Suicide Squad lore as well, so I don't know if Enchantress was really a part of the Suicide Squad. Or what her affiliation was, if she was like always meant to be this villain. I don't know. But okay, can we talk about? I know this movie's almost over a year old.
Okay.
But okay, so Suicide Squad. This girl, this woman, this congresswoman, she puts together this group of misfits where they're gonna fight the world, save the world if another bad guy comes along, like Superman or General Zod comes around. But like, really, are they going to? Because bullets just bounce off of Superman.
Yeah.
So Deadshot's done.
Yeah,
Captain Boomerang?
Yeah.
Fuck that. Killer Croc, he's strong, yeah, but he's
not
superhero
strong.
No, he's
or
not,
Superman strong.
Not even close. Harley Quinn has a fucking mallet or bat, depending on where you're coming from. But you've got Enchantress, who, if you've got her, she's one of, if not the most powerful thing in existence. That's all you need.
Yeah, I was gonna.
She's all you need.
You only need one of them.
Yeah, if Rick Flag hadn't been fucking around in that hotel room with the heart in there as well, if they would have kept that under lock and key, 24-hour surveillance,
Yeah.
and kept Enchantress locked down, that movie would have never happened.
Yeah, they didn't think about it too much. They were
Nope.
just like, oh, it'd be cool to put a big group of team together that
Just-
don't need to be together.
They needed fan service. They were doing that for the fans.
Yeah.
You can't see it, but I'm air quoting.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of plot holes in that movie
Mhm.
for sure, and I think they were like, oh, they'll just look the other way because it's awesome that we got this group of people together.
I mean,
But it didn't really work out that way.
no. I do know Harley Quinn fans are just, they bought that movie as soon as it came out. They went to it in theaters. They fucking love it.
Just because of Harley
Just
Quinn.
because Harley Quinn's in it. First live action.
Is she getting her own movie?
If she is, I will watch it.
I think she is. I'm pretty sure
I mean,
because
that'd be great.
I think Deadshot's getting his own. Like the rest of them aren't getting their own.
I mean, the one where it's played by the two biggest stars of the
Oh
movie.
yeah, absolutely. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where you're gonna go with the Deadshot movie.
well, no,
I suppose.
I'm probably I might upset some people, but is that's different. I was thinking of Deathstroke. He's different.
Deathstroke and Deadshot are two different characters.
Two different characters. Okay.
Yeah.
They should get together. They have a lot in common.
I mean, yeah, they both wear masks.
And shoot guns and
shoot
are
guns and are like super efficient with what they do.
who is Deathstroke's like hero? Like his enemy, I guess.
Batman.
And who is
Batman.
no, for both of them?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
I mean, all DC villains have fought both the heroes, like the Justice League, at one point or another.
Okay. Cause I was just thinking about the TV series Arrow. And I was like, oh yeah, that's what Deathstroke does.
Oh, he fucks around with Arrow. And I've
Yeah,
actually
Green Arrow.
never seen Arrow.
Oh
so
really?
I've never seen a single episode of Arrow.
It's like Batman. Only I wouldn't say better because the more I'm watching it now, the worse it's getting.
That's also what I've heard.
So just watch the first couple seasons, then you'll lose interest. But
I've also
I'd
only
recommend
ever
the first
seen
ones.
one episode of Daredevil.
Oh really?
I've only seen the first episode.
Oh, dude, I
Just
know
other
someone has told you this, but you were missing out, and it probably is me.
Other,
that has told you that.
it's you. I've like other shit comes up, like Stranger Things.
Yeah, good segue.
Thank you. We're
We're almost done.
We are on the finale currently. We've watched everything up to the finale in a giant ass marathon.
Yeah, no spoilers now, and I don't know if we will do spoilers in this, but like, what do you think of the second season compared to the first season?
I think I mentioned this. I mentioned this yesterday, where in the first season there was this group of kids, and then there was like Nancy and Jonathan. They were off doing their thing, and there was like two real plot points that plot lines that you were worried about. You had the kids, what they're doing. You had Nancy and Jonathan, what they were doing, and I guess you had Will doing his thing as well. I mean, but like that tied into the kids basically.
Yeah,
So you had these two plot lines, and that's all you had to know. And my tiny brain was able to comprehend what was going on. Whereas in this season, there's so much more that's going on. It's much bigger. There's tons more plot points.
well, I mean, what do you mean by? Because for me, I could think so. With the Nancy thing is still going on now. The love triangle, I like to call
triangle
it.
that's going on.
So that's still the same.
You've got the kids. You've got Will and his personal thing that's going on.
Does that fall under the category of the kids and last season, or what is the difference between that and now? Just
Because,
the fact that Will is here now.
Well, I figured that Will goes in with the kids in the last season because that was their mission, to get Will back
Right.
and then to kill the Demogorgon, obviously.
Mhm.
And then you've got now Will has his own inner thing that's going on with him, and he's trying to fight this thing. I'm not gonna exactly tell you what it is,
Right.
but he's fighting his own battles. He's trying to figure out with himself what's going on.
Oh, so you think the problem, him solving his own problems, is a plot line in
A
itself?
plot line
Okay,
in
that's
itself,
fair.
yeah.
That's fair for sure.
And then you have Hopper and his that fucking bombshell that happened. Again, I can't even say
Yeah.
like 2 or 3 of the plot lines
Yeah,
because
'cause-
I would spoil
So
something.
you think there's at least two more?
I
One
would say
having to do with Hopper,
Hopper,
and the other
Will, and then
11 has her own thing.
see that's the
That-
thing I was gonna say. 11's back, guys.
Well, yeah, that's
11's back.
like they
Uh,
they wouldn't have not brought her back.
I
I'm pretty-
suppose, yeah.
like,
But then 11 has her own thing that she's going and doing.
yeah, but
and-
and that kind of diverges into two different
Yeah,
routes. And I can't talk about it because it's
Yeah.
gonna spoil some stuff.
Exactly. So there's so much more going on. Is what I'm trying to get on. It's where it's I have to I hate in movies where they cut away from something, or even TV series as well, where they cut away from some action to go to another episode about this action, and then they come back to this action.
Because you're like, I want to know what's going on
And
now.
I get it. It's suspense, and
you drag it on
you
more.
you want me to stay engaged, and that's how you do it. Fine, but I don't know if this series does it truly well. Like this season, let me say I do love this season. The season is amazing, but when it comes,
Oh, you calling somebody?
No, series like just going ape shit right now.
No, she doesn't. She's not liking you this morning.
No, not at all.
She wants to be part of your life.
I guess so. But if I had to rank them, I do like season 2 more.
Really?
Just because the overarching story is so much better, I think. But the only downside I see to this season is that there are so many plot points. But all of them are really good.
Yeah, it was. Going into this one, I don't really. So I think they cranked a lot of stuff up to a 10. So
sure.
like people
Or to
hit
11. Woo!
It was good playing with you guys. This is it. I'm quitting. No, the thing is they cranked everything up a little bit. So like the big thing for me I noticed was everyone responded to the music. So they got way more songs in there that were from the 80s.
Yeah, it just oozes 80s.
It oozes 80s for sure. I think it is more prominent now that they really push that.
Mm-hmm.
The thing with another thing that's bugging me with this one is they kind of just so it's basically they reference D&D a lot.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say a lot.
Which they did in last season too.
In a way, yes. But for this one, it just seems a little bit more.
Really, the only thing that the main monster is just referenced as D&D in both series. And then you figure out about the Upside Down in the last season.
But for the Upside Down, that could have been used without using the reference of D&D, I think.
But yeah, it's a D&D reference.
The Upside Down is?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was just the Upside, like it was literally the board was upside down.
Oh, yeah, the Upside Down is a place.
Oh, it is?
D&D.
Okay. Well, never mind. Fuck me, right?
So there's 2 in the first season, and there's really only 1 in the second season.
What do you mean?
Just the main monster.
There's 1 in the...
There's only 1 reference to D&D in this season. What the main monster is.
I suppose, yeah. I don't know.
But
to me, it just seems like they're just like, all right, this is how it's going to be, and you're going to believe it.
Which, I mean, I can get for you why that doesn't work, because
you
don't play D&D, you don't play D&D, you don't know D&D.
Right.
I like it because I do.
It's fair enough.
I'm gonna put it out there, though. Their party for D&D is fucking messed up.
Yeah, it is.
They don't have, like, that party, like, there's no balance to it. They're fucking just doing whatever they want.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. Is there's a lot more friction between the boys this time than I think the first season, and mainly it's because of chicks because they make things difficult apparently.
I mean, that was happening last season too. I mean, Lucas
I
and
guess
Mike were really going at it.
Yeah, that was just one. Now it's like all of them.
Yeah, I mean, what's the kid with the baby teeth, the lisp?
Oh shoot,
Devin.
Yeah, something like that. I'm
pretty
not
sure
good with names.
His name's Dustin. It's
there
Dustin.
you go. Yep.
Dustin. Dustin. He does something, and then that rubs everyone the wrong way.
Yeah.
Then
which I can see.
Lucas and Mike are going at. Mike is going against the whole crowd because of this introduction of a new character.
Yeah.
There's tons of friction.
And also 11 not being there, I think, is another big thing why he kind of felt not himself. Also.
Yeah. Mike's really feeling down in the dumps about that.
Yeah, and so for me, it just feels like some things you just have to like. Yep, that's the way it is, and it's a fantasy anyway. So like, you're not gonna try and reason with everything. Is my biggest thing. I won't say it's better, and I won't say it's worse. I think it's on par. But I also really liked first season, so that means that this is a really good season. They're doing good stuff. Like it didn't go downhill in any way. I don't like the action. Like you said, the cutaway. I understand why they do it, and it doesn't bug me as much as it does you. I'm sure. But it's understandable kind of why they do that, and I don't have an issue with it. I think you're kind of referencing like towards the end there when it really started to get really bad.
When again they had all these plot points.
Yeah.
Like 3 things were going on at once, so they had to cut away from that, and like for a whole episode they cut away and be like, I need to know how that ended, guys.
Yeah.
Give me closure.
And it kind of felt rushed toward the end too a little bit because one episode it was just 11 and like they didn't show any.
Yeah, it was just 11.
It was that one plot point, like you said, that
Mhm.
11's plot point, and she had a lot of stuff to deal
Yeah,
with. She had a lot of stuff on her plate.
A fork in the road came to her, and like, it was all about that choice that she had to make.
Right, and I think that is fine, but also it kind of felt rushed in a way. Well, I don't know, like I don't. It's like I guess you don't want to drag it out too long to the point because it's a good 8 episodes in the season?
Nine episodes. We're on the 9th episode,
which is pretty crazy if you think about it because there's a lot of stuff that goes into it, and for some reason every time that I watch it, I'm like, wow, we're only halfway through this episode. I don't know how much more they can fit in this,
and they do jam them full of
So it's kind of, it feels like towards the end they're kind of like, oh, we need to figure this stuff out now, so like people aren't mad at us for not referencing or figuring out what happened. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So I mean, it's good, and I'm trying to think about the first season a little bit more, kind of how that was all played out, and it's pretty similar to how this one goes, aside from the plot points and the mad scramble for the end, I think. So, and it's like you said, everything's hyped up to it. Like the monsters are crazy now. So,
and there's way more of them now.
Yeah, there's way more. Like it's I do like that part that there's
fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's kind of like one of those things where it's like when you're playing a video game and you get to the first level, you're like, God, that was a hard level. And then you get to the next one, and it's like even more insane. You're like, wow, that was a piece of cake, that first one.
Yeah, I don't know if you okay, so there's an old video game called Ghosts and Goblins, and the first level boss is what they call a unicorn, and it's just a really big giant.
Okay.
With a horn on his head. And they call it a unicorn.
Okay.
When you get to like the third level, unicorns become commonplace.
Yeah.
Like they're sprinkled throughout the level.
Right.
So,
right. Exactly.
A first level boss became a main staple in the video game. So that's a really good way to reference that.
Right. Right. So no, it's a good season. They did good. They haven't ruined it for me.
Let's see. Here's what season 2 has over season 1.
Okay.
Bob. Bob is played by the same actor who played Samwise Gamgee in the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Yeah. Can't think of the actor's name.
Nope, but he is the best character.
He's great. He's really like I compared him to Barb, which is because he's
really
very likable.
Yeah,
he's very likable.
Super likable. Just a fun guy. Like he starts dating Winona Ryder's character. Will's mom?
Yeah,
starts dating Will's mom.
I'm sure she has a name.
I know she does, but I'm really bad with names.
Yeah.
I sometimes forget your name.
Oh,
anyway,
that's why it's two dudes, not our names on the title.
It's not Zach and Cordell in a room. No, it's two
dudes.
dudes. But Bob is just such a great character. Like he's very friendly and likable, and it's really a nice change of pace for that family as a whole, because their dad, Jonathan and Will's dad, is such an asshole.
Yeah.
Whereas Bob is this really nice guy. He's a tech guy. He would fit in well with the kids.
Yeah. Yeah, he's trying really hard to be
Will's friend.
Right,
really.
right. And he does a good job of it, I think. I don't remember, does the dad ever come back in the second season?
Not so far. I haven't seen the dad in the second season.
So I mean, unless he comes back in the finale.
Which could happen, I suppose.
It could happen.
I doubt that, because they did try to ram Bob into that show.
Yeah.
Whereas this is the dad figure now.
Right, right. And I don't know. It was one of those things where I'm like, oh yeah, she definitely deserves something like that, because she's been through shit.
She's been through hell and back, and she's currently going through hell with what's happening to Will at the beginning of the
second season.
Yeah, and Bob is kind of like this thing that kind of grounds that whole family.
Right.
Bob's great. I fucking love Bob.
What do you think about the
new character?
Yeah, we can go with the new character. Max.
Yeah, Max is what they
refer to her as.
Her name is Maxine. She calls herself Max, and then she's really into video games and her
skateboarding and
she's so 80s.
She's very 80s.
When she likes to play video games like in an arcade, and when she gets a high score, her screen name, I guess, would be Mad Max, which is funny because
Mad Max reference in the 80s.
Yeah, it's everything they can to reference the 80s in this show. They do, which a lot of movies and TV shows don't do it really well. Whereas this is, I think it's
it's very natural. Like it just they just slip it in there like an Easter egg kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like 80s, cool. I know we're in the 80s, and I enjoyed that. Thank you. But Max is nice. I like Max as a character. She hasn't done much.
No, she's mainly a love interest, unfortunately.
Yeah,
she doesn't help in any situation, and she doesn't like if she wasn't there, then she doesn't need to be there. Honestly, in the second season, she's
Yeah.
only a love interest. To be honest, she does. So I get she's the main reason why all the guys fight in the group.
Yeah,
So I guess if you want that argument, she does that.
she's one of the main reasons.
One of the main reasons. Yeah. Yep.
But I see her a lot as, if you've seen the 2017, she's the girl. I can't remember her name. The curly haired like main girl.
Yeah, the redhead.
Yeah, the redheaded girl from.
And she's redheaded too, but
She is, yeah. From It, which is funny because one of the Mike from Stranger Things
is also in
is
It.
also in It.
Yeah. They're
So
like,
that's-
we did research and redheads are in.
Yeah.
So they're bringing all
I've-
the redheads.
I've known that for years.
I
Big fan of redheads.
could have told you that
Yeah.
years ago, but
Um,
no,
I like her.
yeah,
Really, if she wasn't there,
it wouldn't have made a difference. I mean, like you
It
said,
would- it
aside
would've-
from the arguments,
yeah, it would have.
they could have still argued, just not over her.
Yeah, they would have. They
You
would
could have
have
argued over
something
Will.
else there, and it totally would have worked just as well. So, she's nice. I like her. She's a nice addition to the group. I don't know how her and 11 are gonna quarrel because they haven't met each other yet. Well,
Yeah.
they have. Yeah, that
They
was
did?
yeah. Well, they didn't meet each other per se, but 11 had
Oh
that
yeah,
thing
yeah,
with
yeah.
Mike. And,
I got you.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it's-
No spoilers, but
yeah,
like,
a thing happens, and
yep, a
Oh,
thing happens.
yeah, a thing happens. I can't really go beyond that without
Yeah,
listening to the
right.
plot.
No, it's yeah, it's interesting. The I guess she does. I'm still gonna say she wasn't needed in the second season. I'm not saying that she shouldn't be in the second season. I'm saying she didn't need to be. Is my biggest thing.
Not really. She shows up with her brother. Her brother's
Her brother's-
super 80s too.
Yeah, and
Mullet, Trans Am, listens to 80s rock music.
Yep.
He's
he's kind of the bully, the
he
bad guy.
again. He reminds me very much of the bully from It.
Oh yeah,
100%.
I always think of the guy from Breakfast Club, the bully. Or
Oh yeah, the cool kid. from
yeah,
the Breakfast-
yep. That's what I get. The vibe I get from him, but.
He doesn't really give a shit.
Right. And it's I just don't I guess it's just the way he is, but he really kind of what's the word I'm trying to think, like grinds, or what's the boyfriend's name? I already forgot. The guy with the good hair. I forgot his name.
Steve.
Steve, yep. So he really doesn't get along with Steve that well, but it's weird towards the end because they kind of get along but don't. You know what I'm saying? Because he's like, oh, for like when they were playing basketball or whatever, he's like, plant your feet for an offensive foul next time or something.
Yeah,
like
he
that.
like he.
He like kind of
that
gives
was
him
almost like
advice.
that was only like mostly like a mocking thing.
Oh, so it was
I
like
wanna say.
intimidation
Yeah, he
kind
was,
of
he
thing.
was like,
Oh,
"Hey,
it's-
asshole, you should have done this." Blah blah blah. Yeah, he and Steve kind of quarrel.
Right.
They are polar opposites though. Steve's like the jock.
I mean, they're both kind of athletic.
yeah. Whereas Steve is a dick. He can be a dick.
Oh yeah, he's 100% a dick.
But
Oh no, Steve. Sorry,
Steve-
Steve's
Steve.
kind of a dick.
Steve is kind of a dick. He has
And-
his redeeming moments, whereas the new guy,
He has no redeeming
yeah,
moment.
he's just a dick. Well, towards
Spoilers.
in the 8th episode, there's something that happens. You're like, oh, I can kind of see why this is a thing. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, I still don't give him
Yeah, he
like the benefit of the doubt.
like as we were watching, I was like, I think I'm supposed to feel bad for him in this part, but like,
But I don't.
fuck him.
Yeah, no, he's just there to be the bad guy,
It's be an asshole basically.
which they don't really need that either, to be honest.
I mean, Steve was the asshole. Steve in the last season was your.
Yeah, and the thing about
'Cause-
that
'cause
was
Didn't he put like up in the? Steve was the one who spray painted
Yeah.
the marquee of the
well,
theater.
yeah, that
It's called Nancy the
Nancy-
Slut or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah. But the thing with that is that he had motivation behind it. He didn't do it just for fun. Where if the brother did, he would have done it just for fun.
I don't think there's ever a motivation to do shit like that.
No,
but-
I'm just saying that he,
Like,
know,
there was a
it was
reason.
semi understandable why he did it because she was, meeting with Jonathan. And he was
Yeah.
like, "What the hell, man?" Or
yeah,
girl.
yeah, you can see how Steve, in his mind, you could understand. Oh, that's why he's doing it. Whereas this new guy cannot, from the life of me, remember his name.
He just does it.
He just is a dick, just
Yeah.
a total dick. And we have one episode left. I can see him, dying in that episode.
Who?
The new bully, the new asshole with the mullet.
Yeah, I could see that.
Which it'd be weird because then our Max has to go home and be like, oh, I don't know what happened to him. Where'd he go?
Yeah, it'll be kind of awkward. I think now this from here on out, let's just do theories because we haven't seen the last one,
Okay.
and it could be from the beginning. We could have tried to predict this.
Okay.
All right, so I think at the top, do you think there's going to be a third season?
Oh yeah, for sure,
Think so?
100%.
Okay.
Oh
All right.
yeah.
Do you think they're gonna set it up the same way they did the first season? Or do you think it's going to be a blank slate and you're just going to not know that much? You know what I'm saying? Because in the first one, they set it up with Will coughing that
Coughing
crap
the
up.
slug up.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't see. It's been a minute since I've seen that last episode, so I don't remember exactly how they set up this season.
So, so they had the waffles being set out for 11.
Okay, like
Was at the end.
Hopper did that.
Yep, Hopper did that. So he
Okay.
said it like saying that 11 still has a chance to come back.
Okay.
Will did that thing where he went to the upside down and came back, and then he puked up the thing.
Okay.
And then I think that was it. I'm trying to think of something for like Nancy. I don't think they set her up for anything, or
Yeah.
Jonathan, or
Okay.
the new guy, or like there was no wind of this family coming. The
Yeah,
redhead and the bully.
Yeah, there was nothing really that set them up. And I thought that was going to go in a completely different direction, and it hasn't yet. I don't know what's going to happen.
You mean the bully and the sister?
Yeah, bully and the sister. I thought they were going to show up and have like some kind of. I thought they were going to be like 11.
Oh,
Spoiler,
like they had.
they're
Yeah,
not.
Yeah, they're not.
I thought they were going to have psychic powers.
Okay.
They don't.
Right.
They're just normal fucking people.
Yeah.
But it really set it up that they were going to be like a weird family like that. And,
yeah.
I still don't know. Like, there's a part in like episode 3 where he goes, "It's your fault that we moved here." Like,
Yeah, they didn't really explain
they
much.
haven't capitalized on that again. Not yet.
Yeah,
The
true.
next episode's an hour long. So
Right,
they
and-
could shoehorn that in there.
Yeah, I could see that, and then one of the plot points that I can't talk about, they kind of set up with like 11 and having
Oh, yep.
so setting up, I can't talk about it.
Yeah, 11. One of like that fork in the road that I talked about with 11.
Right.
She chooses this way or this way.
Yep.
I think the way she didn't choose is going to come back.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I gotta believe that
100%.
it does.
There's a reason her name is 11, and
Yeah.
that's all I'll say.
So I think I agree with you. There's gonna be a third season.
Yes.
Um,
They're obviously going to set something up. If they're going to have a third season, which I'm sure they're already working on, there will be a setup for it.
was it a year that it took for it
It
to
was
release
almost-
the second time?
Yeah, it was year to maybe a week or so off.
Okay,
But yeah, it was
pretty much a year.
Pretty much.
It was
a year.
around Halloween time. Yeah.
It's a scary show, I guess.
Yeah.
But in the show, it wasn't quite a year. It was like a month.
Oh yeah. Yep.
It was,
I'm just trying to think of like when am I gonna be able to see the next season?
on
Next
Halloween.
October.
Yeah.
And then let's see. I don't even know which other kind of questions I was gonna ask. The whole Barb thing, or not Barb thing. The friend shit. The Nancy.
Nancy?
What do you think? Like, I guess between
She's still caught in this love triangle. And you
right,
think-
and do you think they're gonna really milk this thing? Because now in what we've seen, she's gone a direction. I think, but even now that I've seen it, I'm kind of like, well, she could.
Yeah, she could go.
She
She
go
could
back.
go either way. She could go to Steve. She could go to Jonathan.
Yeah.
And
Do you think they'll
Steve-
solve that by the time we're done with this season?
I hope so. I'm kind of done with it for the most part. Jonathan
You're over it
Jonathan has
now?
been nothing but nice to her. Just this perfect guy. He's a real nice guy.
Well, questionably, because he did take photos of her while she was undressing in the first season.
I don't remember that at all.
First season.
Oh, did
Do you
he?
remember? Yeah, that's when Barb died. Remember? Because he was in the bushes, like taking photos while they were having
he was being
sex. and-
creepy.
yeah. See.
But,
Aside from that,
yeah.
he's been good.
He's been real. Okay, so yeah, he's
And-
got. But Steve has been an asshole with many redeeming qualities.
Like, oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
Like he's gone selflessly into like fighting these
yeah.
creatures,
Yeah.
and like he'll do anything to save Nancy
Right.
from these things, even after like Nancy was kind of a dick at one point, and I can see she was drunk, so
Yeah.
I understood why that was a thing.
Yeah.
I'm an asshole when I'm drunk. It happens. But Steve blew it way out of proportion, and it wasn't a good scene. I didn't like that at all. But yeah, I
you didn't like it because it was uncomfortable, or it's just a really like you didn't because it was a bad scene.
It
Just made you feel feelings.
I mean, I'm totally fine with feeling feelings. I felt lots of feelings in this season.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. There.
I was on my couch and I was just like rolling around, like, no, stop! Why did you do that?
Yeah. No, it's I don't know.
I just don't know what it was about that scene that it was like. I don't see Nancy being, because
that way when she's drunk, or
like,
what do you
she was just kind of like, she felt like she was set in her way with Steve. Like she was going to be with Steve. They were in love. blah 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 blah.
I think the truth just came out when she was drunk.
But I thought that was the truth. Like she slips out that, hey, I don't love you, or like
Yeah, it was
we're faking
in
like
a,
we're
in
in
a
love.
yeah.
And Steve was like, oh, you don't love me, blah blah blah. First of all, she's drunk. Don't in the morning
Yeah, that's
ask her about that. And
I've always wondered about that. Like, do you take what someone says when they're drunk seriously?
I
Like,
take it with a grain of salt. Like I'll be like, I won't like get mad at the person in the moment, but we're gonna talk about that in the future.
like after when they sober up.
And maybe not the next morning, but like, hey, well, let's go to have lunch. I need to talk to you about something real quick.
Yeah,
If it's something like major, like if someone said that they fucked my girlfriend
yeah, when they were
when
drunk.
they were drunk,
It's a little different.
yeah, I'm gonna be like, I'm not gonna be serious with him at first, but we are going to talk about that. We are
Right.
going to bring it. I'm going to bring that up.
Yeah, that's a big argument. I don't really know how I would deal with because it's kind of like I don't know. I shouldn't say it's like truth serum, but it's kind of like people are more willing to tell you the truth, kind of thing.
Yeah, like, and it might be because I don't look like me to them. Like,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
They don't know who I am in that moment.
right. And it's kind of one of those things where not remembering isn't an excuse, kind of thing.
Yeah, it's totally not.
So that was kind of the excuse she used, which is kind of a typical
Yeah, she was like,
argument.
I
I don't remember. So,
I don't remember what I
it doesn't
said.
matter. You said it, and it's somewhere deep down inside of you. You wouldn't
Mhm.
say that just for fun when you're drunk. I don't think. Well, maybe I don't know. See, that's
Some people just want to watch the world burn.
I-
So I'm sure there are people that would do that.
yeah. So I mean, I guess going back to what we were talking about was like they need to figure out.
What's going to happen with this love triangle?
I'm kind of tired of this love triangle too.
But see, if she doesn't choose Steve, I don't think Steve's going to be a big player in the rest of the series.
So you think they don't need him after that then?
Yeah, because all he's really doing is providing this love triangle. All the things that he's been involved with in the plot are because he was either trying to say sorry to Nancy or Nancy was involved. But once he has no connection to Nancy anymore, they're not going to need him.
Yeah, in a way, I think it'll be somewhere along the lines of he still cares about her and he'll still like do because he did fight for her in the first and second season for like destroying Demogorgons and like because
Yeah, I
so
suppose
he could be that fighter person that they
Yeah.
lean to
because none of
because
the
he is
rest of them are.
athletic and they're not going to go to the bully to do it
Yeah, for sure.
because the kids can't do it. Nancy is going to do it and
Some of those kids are going to grow. Like,
Hopper can do it. That's about it.
Oh yeah, and Hopper.
Hopper's the only other muscle I think.
I mean, yeah.
So I mean, they could keep around just for muscle, to be honest.
He's their paladin. Or their fighter.
Yeah, exactly. So he could still be around, just not not to get. I could see that still. I don't know.
I suppose it's because he has been involved in all of this, and it's possible that they keep around just because he has that shared experience and
Right.
what's going on there. But
And I mean, even like the whole having the I don't even know what they're called. Not the FBI, but whatever that Secret Service.
oh yeah, there's like the shadowy organization. That,
Right.
Like the one that was keeping 11, or the one that like now like the
Are
one
they
like
different or are they the same?
I don't.
I thought they were the same.
I thought they were different. Yeah.
Oh, they
Like
might
there's
be.
the organization that kept 11 contained for all those years, and like they had her papa or whatever.
Yeah.
He's gonna be a big player, I think, in the next
next season. I could see that.
because again there was a branching path, blah blah blah. I think that's gonna come back, but I'm pretty sure the organization that kept her and the organization that's like in the first season there was
Keeping them quiet.
yeah like the power company or whatever that was keeping like Will's disappearance hush hush. I think that's part of the same organization that we're seeing now. I don't know if it's the same.
But it's not completely the same.
I don't think.
I don't think it's completely the same. Well,
maybe the power company and this new one, and that's in the psych facility, they might be the same organization.
okay.
But I don't think that the ones that kept 11 and this organization are the same.
Okay.
I don't.
I don't know.
They might be.
Yeah,
but
see, that's the thing.
They're
That's-
not giving me that vibe though.
Okay. That's the vibe. I thought it was the same because they
Oh.
kept everything. Because when they were in the first season, when they had 11, like they didn't tell anybody about it, and so they didn't want it to spread because then I guess the excuse they use, I don't remember if they used it in the first season, but the second season is that the Russians would get a hold of it and
Yeah,
they would
like-
use it as a weapon,
Which is
which is what 11 is.
they've used that now. Like what like the portals.
Yeah.
What if something comes through there and the Russians are able to?
Use it as a weapon.
Yeah.
Which is what I think.
It's taking place in the 80s. Cold War was happening.
Right. So I think 11 was technically considered the weapon, kind of like this portal is.
Yes,
and
100%.
that's why I think it's the same company or the
Okay.
same whatever organization.
I suppose I could
So-
see it. I can see how it would be. I still don't think they are, but
I don't know. I
That's-
don't know how we got on this topic. We got from love triangle to the organization.
positions, I don't know.
I don't remember.
It happens.
Figure out the love triangle. I don't know. We were going with the organization. To be honest, like
They're gonna. Something needs to happen with them because they have been fucking up too much.
what's that?
The
Organization?
shady organization that is running this whole thing. They're letting these demigorgons through.
Yeah.
They're these portals. They're just willy nilly keeping them
I
around.
mean, they just don't know what to do with them.
I guess they were like they're trying their best to contain them, but they're not doing a good job.
There's only so much they can do. I
Something,
think.
something needs to happen
I think
with them so they. I don't know. I don't even really know where I'm going with this. Like they need to get their fucking act together. Is what I'm trying to say.
they're a pretty crappy organization, to be honest.
And
Are they considered aliens? Probably. All the Demogorgons and
I
like,
suppose, yeah. I
or
mean,
are they considered
they're
demons?
from another dimension, so
Yeah,
they're not from Earth originally. So
yeah. I don't know what they're considered. I guess
I don't know what you would call them.
it's. Let's see. I'm trying to think of. I already know that your answer to this one, but there's another new character, the conspiracy theorists.
Oh yeah, there's a crazy conspiracy theorist that I like him.
I like him too. Like you,
He'll definitely stick around.
Yeah, at first I didn't like him as much because I'm like, oh, conspiracy theories is kind of, but he's super friendly.
He's
And
friendly
and
and
he's
funny.
really good. Yeah, he's really funny.
I like him a lot.
Yeah, and I hope they keep him around because he was really good.
He did say though, like Nancy and Jonathan went to go see him, and when they left, he's like, if you think about coming around here again, don't.
Yeah, and then slams door.
Yeah,
and that
slams
was
the
it.
door. Yeah.
So I think he will play a part in the third season. I hope he does at least because he was really good
Even
in the
if
second
it's
season.
like he was only in like 2 episodes, maybe 3 episodes, maybe 3 episodes. 3 episodes tops.
3 episodes tops. Yeah, he got
in-
like 1 episode to himself.
And
Maybe even
if-
half the episode.
if he's around in the next season that much, that's fine with me. I don't think he needs much more.
No, he
I don't-
doesn't need main screen time.
I don't
yeah.
need character development from him. I just
Nope.
need him to show up, be crazy, be kind of funny.
Yep.
Throw conspiracy theories at me. That's all I need.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's great. He's a great tool to be used in that sense.
When it comes to like comedy and stuff like that. So
Which the series is still full of.
right. But yeah, I'm trying to. I think that's all for new characters and stuff like that. All the cast, I think they did about the same as what they like. They're not much different than the first season, to be
I mean,
honest.
Ella's gone through a huge
Elle
transformation.
is different. I will give you that much, and she's about the same. I thought she was fine in the first. Like she didn't. I don't know.
She's upped her game now because I mean, in the last season she was very much. She didn't talk much.
She was just a tool.
She was there.
I did like her stare though. She has a very good stare.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
She
very-
had to look menacing
Yeah.
at parts. She had to look.
the very few words that she said were very meaningful, and
Mhm.
I think they really conveyed. I don't know, like a Forrest Gump kind of feel, where he doesn't say much, but when he says it, it's kind of like
there's weight behind his
it's-
words.
right, exactly,
Uh,
and he kind of is a little slower than some, but still like, I don't know, it's contribute. I don't know where I was going with that, but
Yeah,
I just compared him-
I guess you can kind of make that correlation. She's at that level again where she's showing tons of emotion in,
Yeah.
in her face or.
and
her
she's learning a lot more. I
Yeah,
think in this season
she
for sure.
definitely has more lines because she's learning more words as time goes on, and yeah, like it's the only difference between now and then is that she has more lines because she has more words.
Yeah,
more
and so
vocabulary.
that gives her more character development, and
Mhm.
so there's not, like we don't know honestly that because I thought we knew a lot about her. No, I shouldn't say that. Like we learn a lot more about her in the second season than we will the first season because they just, like you said, different
She was a-
roads and crap like that.
She
so.
was a big mystery in the first season, like especially obviously the first episode because
Right.
they wanted her to be a mystery.
Yeah, you didn't really
And then-
know.
And then once you did figure out her backstory, you're still like, where exactly did she come from? How
Right.
did she get these powers? Blah blah
Right.
blah blah blah. And that's not exactly like how she got the powers. I guess is just their birth. Like that's never really addressed.
Yeah, that's still still don't really know that for some reason.
But you get to learn more about her backstory and
Yeah,
what's
and
going on there.
I think they could even expand it some more through the third season if they did one.
100%. Yeah,
So
we could figure out how these kids are getting these powers. Blah blah.
yeah, yep. So like I said, they dialed 11 up to
11.
damn Do you? I mean, power wise, I don't really think she got any stronger. Through the season 1 finale showed me she was very powerful,
Yeah.
but like in
Yeah.
this one, there hasn't been big moments like that.
Spoiler alert.
Arguably.
Spoiler alert. Go forward 10 seconds in the podcast. She moves a train with her mind.
But like compared to destroying a Demogorgon, I don't think that compares it.
You don't think so?
No.
I mean, those are two different mind powers,
that's
though.
two different things. I think destroying something and moving a big object is a little different. It's kind of like Star Wars when like force choking versus throwing someone against a wall, or a big, like when Luke moves the X-wing. Like that's different. It's got more meaning to it, I think, and moving a big thing compared to like destroying something or killing a bunch of people.
Yeah, there was the parts in the first season where she definitely was killing, like
she
10
killed,
people
yeah,
at a
she
time.
killed a bunch of people.
Yeah, so maybe not. I think she's learned better how to use her powers.
Right.
Like when she was going through, she was like killing all the people in the facility, or she killed the Demogorgon. It was always a strong emotional moment.
Yeah.
So
I think it clicked with her in the second season, and that's what it was.
So her powers are kind of connected to her emotion,
and she can do like little things like shut doors and stuff like that.
Like it's almost like a lot of stuff is just like second nature. She can shut doors. Like she moves like a whole couch, like a big couch, just boop.
Yeah.
Throws up against the wall.
This might be just splitting hairs, but the nosebleed thing still bothers me.
I mean, again, I'll go back to, if you guys have seen the movie Chronicle, it's much the same thing where like these kids get these telekinetic powers and they're able to move stuff with their mind. And in the beginning, when they would move something a little too heavy for them or they were doing something a little too intricate, their nose would start to bleed and they'd be like, oh, I need to stop. But as their powers grew stronger, as they grew stronger with these, whatever they were doing, their nose would stop bleeding. Like so, I don't know if that's going to happen with Elle. Like if
kind of hope so, because it bugged me.
I don't like the nosebleed. I think it's
at first it was fine. Like in the first season, it was fine. I kind of wish they would have stopped it. Like just get it cauterized, girl. Come on.
So, something I don't like it. You don't like blood though.
Well, I mean that is different. Like it doesn't. It's not because I don't like blood. I just don't like the fact that she has to get a nosebleed every time. It just bugs me. Like,
there were one or two times where like she. Like when she just shuts a door now,
and then she's fine, I guess. But
it's only when she does really big things, like big pivotal moments.
Right, I suppose.
So little things now it doesn't happen.
Yeah, true. I guess I don't know. I do like. This isn't a big spoiler, but she can go to the
upside down.
Way a lot easier, now. Which I kind of like. I'm just like
she doesn't need the whole sensory deprivation tank anymore. Basically, she needs like static from a TV, so white noise, and then she puts on a blindfold, and boom, she's there.
I think that's a lot nicer.
Very much so.
Go into a bathtub and do all that crap.
Get 1,500 pounds of salt in a freaking kiddie
float.
pool.
Yeah, I know, right? So I do like that though. Just get rid of the nosebleed. I'm fine then.
Okay, I definitely like that character as a whole. This is a really great season.
It was a good season. Fan. I always go into it or go into anything kind of skeptical. Like and it may not be as good as the first one.
Still skeptical about Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
It is the highest rated Marvel movie since they've been doing since Iron Man 1. Iron Man 1 is number 2.
Yeah, that surprises me.
Thor Ragnarok is same. I thought Guardians would be my top one.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I don't know what it is, but we have to go see Thor Ragnarok now.
I was always going to see it. I'm going to an opening night.
I mean, yeah, it's from what I've heard, it's a lot more comedic.
Yeah, for sure.
Than the other ones, which I don't know if that helps with the ratings, or if it's the visual effects, or if it's the story itself, or what it is. Because
I think it's all these heavy hitters coming together finally. Like Civil War had Vision. Vision's a heavy hitter, sure.
Yeah.
But he's much more contained in his powers, whereas Hulk, Thor, Doctor Strange, all these, Loki even, big hitters in the...
You're talking for Civil War, not Ragnarok.
This is Ragnarok
Yeah,
now.
yeah. Oh, it is?
All Loki, Thor, Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange makes appearance on Ragnarok?
Yes, dude.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, all these characters are really big hitters, and it's going to be nice to see them
I'm still skeptical,
but... You know, sure, do your thing. I am going in with an open heart, and I will...
I'll come out of it. I'll willingly admit if it's good that I was wrong. Hands down.
I am waiting for that moment.
I'll do it on the podcast. I swear.
Sounds good. We'll do our next time. We'll do our two dudes thing. And then I was wrong.
I was wrong, guys. Sorry. There's two dudes in a room. One guy was always wrong.
I mean, maybe not always, but
He's wrong in this case, but I see. Well, that's all the questions I had about it. What do you think about? I mean, did you want to do any other questions about maybe a third season or something you want to see or?
What do I want to see? I want to see a little more of Elle's backstory, obviously, and then again, whenever that crossroad she comes to, that is definitely going to play a big part, and I'm really excited to see what comes of that. I think that is going to be season 3.
Yeah. Okay.
Like we're going to stray away kind of from the Upside Down. The Upside Down is still going to be a big part of season 3.
Right.
But I think we're going to get more like I don't know what the best way to put this.
For 11, you mean? Or?
Lilo and Stitch the series. Those of you who have seen it will know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Some of you have no fucking clue what I'm talking about.
Which is fine. Yeah, no, I could see that happening. One thing I will say, I'm not gonna spoil anything for season 2, but I really don't like Will. I really don't like Will that much.
Will's a bitch.
And he's just such a problem child. I mean, if we're just not talking about spoilers, I'm gonna go into season 1. He was just a problem.
When you saw him at first, he was a great kid.
Yeah, he was a great kid.
They're all great kids.
Right.
I mean, little mouthy, but
right.
Will has been in this series to cause trouble so far.
Gosh,
so I think at the end, this last episode is going to be the things that are going wrong with him now are going to be over. Will is going to be a normal character come season 3.
I hope they kill him.
Really?
Yeah, I honestly don't care. I don't think the issues are gonna go away. I think they're gonna keep beating that dead horse that he's gonna have issues or like.
I mean,
it's gonna be.
He'll have issues. They all have issues, but not the same. Like he's not. You saw in the end of season 2, he has that connection now to the Upside Down, and that's really a big part of season 3.
Yeah,
that's gonna be gone come the end of this season.
You don't think he'll have any? Well, what point would it just be fighting aliens at that point?
Yeah, like things that like I said, I told you what I thought season 3 is gonna be.
It's gonna be more development for 11.
For 11, and
what's gonna happen to the boys are just gonna be a part of that development then?
Yeah, like she's gonna become part of their group, and either one of two things is gonna happen: the organization that had her is gonna want her back, and it's gonna be like an ET thing, like season 1.
Okay.
And then you get to figure out about more of these characters and what happened to them as well, or other people in the facility are going to come to her, and they're going to be seeking refuge in some way.
So you think that the Upside Down is not going to have a big take on season 3?
I mean, they're still going to go to it. There's still going to be something. They're going to connect it to D&D again. There's going to be some big monster that is connected to D&D in some way, coming from the Upside Down. But I think the next episode might be more like Jersey Shore. Where there's it's more of a
drama,
like a lot of drama happening between Elle and the group, and Elle and her fellow constituents.
I really don't know. Because I think by season 3 I'm gonna get sick of monsters, and I think that's gonna suck because that's the entire thing of what Stranger Things is.
Yeah.
So I think they need to find something that will bring something else to the table.
I mean, I've been watching Supernatural for over 10 seasons now,
and it's all
and
the same
that's
thing.
all fucking monsters.
That's a fair point, I guess. But I'm gonna get sick of love triangles. I'm gonna get sick of the Upside Down.
Like I said, love triangles need to be done in this next episode.
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna get a little pissy about that.
Yeah, I don't know.
The Upside Down is so.
It's kind of boring.
I was gonna say boring.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, there are these crazy things in them, sure. But like when they actually go there, yeah, maybe like there's gonna be something bigger. They always have to go bigger now. Like I thought when I saw the first trailer and like Will looks up in the sky and like the lightning's coming down, there's that like spidery thing.
Yeah. I
thought it was fucking Cthulhu.
Yeah.
I thought it was Cthulhu, and I was like, if Cthulhu comes in the next season 3, you can be done. I will be happy.
Yeah, it was kind of disappointing seeing that thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I shouldn't say not seeing it, but like being part of this season.
Yeah,
all I do is talk about it.
Understanding what that thing is and what's going on. It was kind of
disappointing. I thought it was disappointing.
A little bit disappointing, yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of like, oh, that was suckish. Oh well.
I mean, it's still a big evil, and it's causing lots of damage, and many great lives have been lost.
Don't do it, Cordell. I know. I can feel it in this room that you want to say it.
Next episode, we're gonna talk about it.
You're gonna spoil it for that
I don't
one?
give a shit.
All right, that's
you're gonna
fine.
have seen it by then,
Our
and
neg-
you will be
yeah.
feeling the same pain that I feel.
Our next episode will be spoiler. Will be a
There'll be
spoiler review of
spoilers,
it.
yeah.
We can talk about all we want, but I'm just saying that, and yeah, I was disappointed with that one. I was disappointed with the monsters that were shown in this one.
Like, okay, so we mentioned earlier that the monsters like are like in a video game where like they become common, more those like hard bosses you had in level 1 become level 4
Yeah,
they're
common.
commonplace. Where the Demogorgon in season 1 and these new Demogorgons are not the same thing.
No, they're not. Yeah.
There's more of them. There's tons more, but they refer to them as Demodogs. They're powered down versions of the big bad from the first season.
Right.
So
yeah, I don't really want to go any more into that because I
Yeah.
can see where that's gonna start leading to like spoilers.
Yeah, for sure.
We're on like the crevice of a spoiler.
Yeah, so we should move on to the next
topic that we're.
next topic.
Are you talking about the stand-up thing? The stand-up.
Might as well. Yeah, we went to a Tom Segura
Yeah.
last night, and fantastic as always. He has 3 specials on Spotify that I know of. Apparently there's more out there.
On Spotify or Netflix?
On Spotify, he has 3.
Okay. I don't know.
He has Thrill, which came out in 2010, I believe. Then there's I cannot for the life of me remember the second one. It's the one where he's got like a really droopy face, like he's just looking into the camera.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I just
Yeah,
can't think of
and
the
then
name of it.
there's Mostly Stories, which came out last year.
Mm-hmm.
This one was called No Teeth, No Entry. I don't see how that plays into it because he didn't make a reference to it at all.
I think it's just funny. Really.
It's kind of funny, yeah.
That's kind of what you're shooting for. So I guess before we get into Tom, he had an opener.
Yes, James Potter.
Yeah, it was James Potter, like Harry Potter.
Yeah.
It was something. It was his last name was Potter. I don't remember what his first name was,
Let
but
me-
he did a quick 30-minute set.
Was it 30 minutes? I thought it was like 15.
It was probably around 30 minutes. It went by. It seemed like it went by quick, but I think it was 30 minutes.
Okay, damn.
And I think he did a good job for an opener. He's definitely not a headline guy.
Josh Potter. Sorry,
Josh
Josh Potter.
Starts with a J. So
Same, yeah.
for us, that's pretty good.
Yeah, no kidding. I'm terrible with names. So that was Tom introduced him, and it was kind of a funny intro.
Yeah.
And
he's claiming he was deaf.
he was deaf, and he had just gotten a surgery, and this is the first time he's able to hear a plus. So give it up for him.
Yeah.
And he wasn't deaf. He was actually mostly blind. If he didn't wear his glasses, he wasn't able to see shit.
Yeah, which was funny. And he like most comedians, he poked fun kind of at his,
At himself and
his
his
flaws.
situation. And
Right.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of self-deprecating humor. It's kind of my set when I go do comedy.
To a certain point, it's fine. Once you start doing it, if it's your whole set, I'm just like, wow, you need to see somebody. You need to get a podcast with another dude and talk about it.
Yeah, there you go. Therapy, man.
So no, he was good. He was fine. He talked about porn a lot, which was fine.
Yeah, there was a lot of porn in his set.
We were sitting around. I was looking around. I'm like, wow, there's a lot of like adults around here. Like it was
definitely an adult show.
Yeah, that's yeah.
I don't think there was.
I don't think there was a lot of college kids there.
Like there were a couple that passed us, but it was mostly older.
Yeah.
30s, 40s.
Which I thought was weird.
Yeah, I mean, I guess like
People
kids
don't
our age are going to like a
Weird Al.
maybe not even Weird Al. I'm
You don't
thinking like
think so?
Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart's going to Fargo.
Okay. I see,
They're going to him. They're going to Gabriel Iglesias. I don't think Tom Segura. He's, as much as I hate to say it, he's not on the level that those two are on.
Oh no, that's definitely fair to say.
I love the guy to death. He's one of my favorites, if not my favorite. But he's not on that level. So like people, he also wasn't playing like the Fargo Dome or the Civic Center. He was playing the Fargo Theater, which great choice.
I really liked it. Yeah,
it's a great venue, and he almost, if he didn't sell it out, he was
pretty
fucking close.
Yeah, it was really close. It was not I couldn't see an open seat. To
Which
be honest.
if he would have played like the Fargo Dome, it would have been fucking empty.
Yeah, it would have seemed empty. I think he wouldn't have gotten any more than what he had there.
Mm-hmm. I don't think so either.
So, but no, it was a good set. So I guess for the first guy, like you said, good set.
Yeah, if you have a chance to go see Josh Potter, definitely do it.
Yeah, I think he needs to tweak a couple things. Like I don't know. There's a couple jokes that fell flat occasionally.
Yeah, that happens.
Yeah, which will happen for sure. It's just
every joke can't kill.
No, yeah, absolutely. I'm just saying that some people are like, dang, just say. I don't even know.
Yeah, it's he was good. I liked him. I thought there was also lots of beer in me.
That's true. We did hit the bar up
Yeah,
beforehand.
we hit the sauce.
It was come on, Dempsey's. You need to speed up your process a little bit. We were waiting
Yeah,
for our beers.
We were waiting for our beers.
You're
for like
usually
10
good about it.
It was even full. Like we've been there 10 times.
Yeah, when it's been busier than that.
And
And
it
we're
took
like
us 10 minutes to get a
beer,
get
or
beer.
to even get our order in, and then
Yeah.
for our beer we had another 10 minutes or something.
It was kind of slow. Like
Usually they're on the ball.
we were there a half hour before we wanted to be at the show, and we got one beer in us before.
Yeah, I kind of wanted more than that, but
And then beer there was expensive.
Like-
It's a venue.
yeah, $6.25 a beer
It was
for a can of beer.
for a can of beer. Yes. Anyway,
Tom Segura, he came out. He looked thinner.
yeah, he's lost a lot of weight. It's
Told
good
you.
for him.
Yeah, he
It's
said he's doing the
hot yoga.
So I don't know how I could. I don't know if I'm sure if he could do it, I can do it. Like you said.
No, he
Was
didn't.
it-
He
he
said,
said if-
people say if you can do it, I can do it. You
no,
can't
you
do
can't
it.
do it.
You can't do He's doing that Sober October
Yeah,
with a bunch of his friends,
like Joe Rogan and I
Bert
forgot.
Kushner,
yeah.
and then there's one other.
forgot.
I think one or two others, and they're
Yeah.
all. There's also no consequences to this. They're all like trying to lose weight and
Yeah, which
better themselves.
I thought there'd be some kind of bet between them. To be honest, that
Yeah.
just seems like the comedian in me.
Yeah, he said that if one of them didn't do the thing, like one of them had a beer, or one of them didn't do their 15 sessions of yoga or whatever they were said they were gonna do, that there was no consequences.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool if whoever didn't do it, they have at the end of November 1st, they were all gonna go to the bar, and
They had to pay for them or
that
something.
they had to pay for the whole everybody's tab.
That would be awesome. I think that seems fair for sure.
Yeah, and they're all making money. They're
Oh yeah,
all-
they can afford it for sure.
Yeah, I mean Joe Rogan's doing fucking everything nowadays.
Yeah, he's
He's
podcast like the. I think he's
3-hour podcasts.
Yeah, he does. Plus, I'm trying to think like when I think of like top tier podcasts, I think he's probably number one from what I've.
He's
That's
from
only
what I've
because
heard.
we're both like big Joe Rogan fans. I mean,
Uh,
you're a bigger Joe Rogan fan.
I love
but,
Joe Rogan.
Yeah,
One of the first stand-up shows I saw like on TV was Joe Rogan.
there you go.
That was back when he was doing Fear Factor.
Jeez, he
Uh,
did get stand. I suppose he does. He's been doing stand up for a while now.
yeah. Whenever he brings Fear Factor into his show, I love it because he talks about okay, my favorite Joe Rogan bit ever is he talks about how he's totally cool with like his own cum being on him. Like he'll jerk off onto his belly and then just do a gator roll in the sheets and go to bed.
Gator roll.
But like other people's cum on him freaks him out a lot,
That's
which is a
interesting.
general consensus. I
Yeah,
guess.
I agree for sure. It's
But he says there should be a game show where you get rolled out into the middle of like a gym floor, like on a board, like a mental patient, and a big dude in a leather vest comes out, and he's got a big old boner, and he just goes knuckles up on you, and he like until he jerks off on you, and then you get an hour to fall asleep. If you fall asleep in that hour, you get $1 billion. This is the kind of shit he thinks of when they want him to bring back Fear Factor.
Yeah, dude. When I can't imagine doing Truth or Dare with Joe Rogan.
Oh my god.
That would be awful because he knows shit from
Yeah.
being on that show. And he's like,
I'm picking Truth every time.
oh
Like,
yeah,
like,
no.
I'm hoping he goes Truth too. I just want to know shit. Like what happens behind the scenes of that show.
I mean, like he's one of those people that like knows what will break you because he's seen it.
Yeah.
He's seen it.
Like I'm sure he could look at a guy and go, yeah. I
Not a
know,
fan of cockroaches,
I-
are you?
no.
I can tell.
I'm not. We have them.
Yeah, I haven't seen one yet. I don't think so.
Really?
Yeah,
We have fruit flies galore.
fruit flies are.
We live
Yeah,
we live in the ghetto. We
Yeah, we do.
live.
fully accepted it.
Yeah,
That was my
it's-
bad. I picked out the apartment
You
this
did.
time,
I mean, it's cheaper and it's 2 bedrooms, so I'll fucking live with it. I guess.
and it's a double garage. That was my biggest. I'm like double garage, and we got a dishwasher that works, and
That's
down
true.
that's ours.
I mean, it wasn't working there for a little bit.
Hey, yeah, we just had to hit the reset button.
That was
Thanks, Dad. I
great.
appreciate that.
Oh my gosh.
Shout out to Dad.
Your dad's the best. Oh my gosh.
He is our handyman.
He showed up one weekend and fixed almost everything that was wrong with our apartment.
Yeah, I think he's kind of enjoyed it as well because
Is he
he missed being the handyman or something.
Oh, okay.
Because he does that at home all the time. I don't know. I just am too bored to go help him out. I shouldn't say bored. I'm just too lazy.
There you go. That's probably a better word. We're going back to Tom. He seems like a great guy. I would, if he would have gone out to like the bars afterwards, I would have loved to have bought him a drink.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm sure that's shit that happens all the time. People are always coming up to him just feeding him alcohol.
Oh yeah. He has this very, I don't know. It's I'm trying to think of like the under the category of what his stand up is like. It's
It's
not sarcastic. Well, that's kind
very.
of
It used to be a lot of stories.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
he would always like. That's why his latest special is called mostly stories.
Yeah.
It's a lot of great stories that he's told of his. This one, not so much. That he
There's
brought up.
there's like one or two stories that I
Like-
could think of. That the dad was one.
Yep.
And then I can't think of another one really, to be honest with you.
I mean, I guess like his format does include a lot of stories. It's just that I don't know if they're really like I don't know exactly how to put it.
Yeah,
If
he kind of like makes fun of people. I
Yeah.
mean, that's general stand up, but I'm just like he tells a story and then he tells it very he exaggerates it a lot,
yeah,
I think.
he'll poke fun at a person
Yeah.
for doing something that he may have saw. So technically, it falls under a story,
Yeah.
but it's only that first part that's actually a story. The rest of it's just making fun of some dickhead.
Yeah, which is fine, and he does a good job of it. Like I don't know, he said he's been doing that tour since January.
Yeah, he's like 10
So he's
months,
pretty much
10 months
done.
into this tour. He
Yeah,
said.
I think he's kind of starting to hit the end of the tour there.
Yeah,
So
he's got a kid at home. Like he's
Yeah, I
to
didn't-
go home and
yeah, I guess that's
That's
another story is the kid thing, is having
Yeah.
a kid.
having like I don't want kids, but I'll like enjoy your kid when I'm at your place.
It's
That's my general stance on children.
yeah, I don't really want my. It's kind of one of those things where I just want to return it at the end of the day.
Yeah,
It's kind of like
I'll get a puppy. I
Oh,
love
yeah.
the shit. I
'Cause-
said this today. Any puppy, like any dog, is a puppy to me. Like
No matter what the size.
it could be 400-pound Cujo looking dog, like rabid and everything. I'm like, oh, come here.
no puppy.
You want to be loved, don't you? I would love the fuck out of Cujo. Like, do you know who Cujo is?
It's a
It's a Stephen King book where
oh.
it's a dog that kills
oh
people.
yeah.
I would bring people over so the dog could eat the people, and then I would love the dog at night. I would just cuddle with him and pet him. I'd give him tons of pets.
You just need something furry
I
and
need some-
small,
I just need
smaller.
I just need a smaller furry animal.
See, like
that
you're not a big fan of ferrets or hamsters, though, are you?
I mean,
Not as
hamsters
much
are kind
so.
of cute.
Yeah.
Ferrets, I'm not a fan of the smell.
Oh, okay.
I do know people who have ferrets, and
They're-
their place always smells, and they
Yeah.
hide shit. Like they'll
Ferrets do.
they'll grab like your remote control, like they would grab just shit around the house, and they'll hide it in their
Oh, okay,
whatever kind of thing you've set up for them.
that's fair. There's a way to keep ferrets clean, from what I've heard. There's a way to get rid of the smell, but
Okay.
you kind of have to be on top of it also,
Mhm.
which I don't really want to be.
Okay.
I just like them because they're slinky-like and they're
Yeah, they're cat snakes.
yeah, exactly.
Uh,
Cat snakes.
Ferrets are kind of cute. I can kind of get behind that. Hamsters, I don't know what you can do with a hamster. Like, I can't take
Put
a
them in a
hamster.
ball and hold it. And
Yeah, I
play
can't.
with it.
I can't.
You can't play fetch with it. You can't
I
take it
mean,
for walks or anything.
What's his face? Put a gerbil up his butt. People know this story.
Jackass or
No, it's not Jackass.
Oh.
There's this.
Just
John
a story
Oliver.
in
John
general?
Oliver talked about it. It's like if I can't remember his name. Ted Danson, maybe. It might be
I
Ted
can't help you
Danson.
on this one.
I for life can't remember the name of the guy. But
Was it-
there's a famous story out there in Hollywood where a guy put a hamster or a gerbil up his butt.
Like in a tube or a condom.
You had to have put up a tube. He had to have shoved a tube up
I was
his
gonna
butt
say,
and
was
then
it-
let the thing crawl on, like that Eminem song.
Oh yeah. Okay. So you put the tube up there and then you make the
Yeah, they just like have the gerbil like run up
Push
there and
him
then
up
pull
there?
the tube out.
oh, and then you keep the gerbil in there.
Yeah, you keep the gerbil in there. And let the gerbil
Oh
crawl around a little bit,
no.
and then you put the tube back up there and let the gerbil crawl back up.
no.
I'm not gonna do it. Like this is not my thing.
For
I
the
mean,
record,
I'm more of a digit play guy, not an animal crawling on my asshole
a
guy.
digit playing guy. What does that mean?
Digit play.
What is it?
Shove fingers up your butt.
Oh, digit.
Digit.
What? I don't know why I thought of like Digimon or something. I'm just like, what are you talking about? I'm a digit man. Okay, I got it now. Fingers.
Yes,
Got it.
Digits.
Digits. I
Yes.
got it. All right, cool. I'm glad we're on the same page. I was picturing Digimon for some reason.
Oh yeah, I can see where you would come to that conclusion.
All right, we're good now. I was
Yeah,
very
I mean,
confused. Very lost.
A little puppy would be nice to have around the place. Let's just segue back into that.
There is someone in our apartment that owns a dog.
Oh, there's several.
But like, is it a
We're not allowed to.
Well, how do they have dogs in there? Are
I-
they like helper
There
dogs?
might be
or-
service dogs, or like in our last place there was totally dogs living.
Oh
in
yeah,
there.
they just sneak them in there.
And
I
they just
guess.
sneak 'em in, yeah.
I mean, what do they? Do they have it? Get rid of them if they find them there or something? Or
Probably.
They bark a lot.
And then, like when someone's coming to your apartment, like they don't do surprise inspections. They always say,
oh, they give you
we're-
like a
we're-
warning.
Yeah, we're like if we're gonna show someone your apartment, would you mind between this time and this time you can be in there, not be in there, but we're going to be there at this time.
Yeah.
So
Like, they don't give
just-
you the option. You just
give-
gotta take the dog somewhere else.
just gonna take the dog for a little walk during that time, and we'll come on back.
It's a long walk.
Yeah, probably
Just
2
take them to
hours.
school.
Take them to school with you. I've seen people bring their hedgehogs to school.
That'd be awesome.
Like
I'd do that.
I was in a class last year sometime, like first semester last year, and this girl would bring her hedgehog to school every single day. Like it'd be in her backpack, and like the teacher never let it run around on the table. That happened one time, and it caused way too much of a ruckus. So she just kind of kept it in her backpack, and like it would poke its little fucking head out, and it'd be so goddamn cute. And I wanted a hedgehog for a very long time, but now I know that they're pretty hard to take care of.
Really?
Levi said that. Remember Levi's. Like they're not the easiest animal to take care of.
Oh, okay.
Like you can leave some food and water out for a dog, and you can go away for a weekend. You shouldn't.
No,
Like a fucking monster. No, don't do that. But you could, and like
well,
the dog
hedgehogs,
would-
do they need love or something?
like
or like
they need
attention?
there's just little things you have to do with a hedgehog. I don't know exactly what they are,
Hmm.
but it's just more work to have a hedgehog.
Yeah, and I guess the other big animal pet would be a bird.
A bird? You don't want a bird.
Why? Because they're loud and annoying.
I thought you said you hate birds.
I mean, it depends on the bird. Like
Okay.
I'm not a big fan of seagulls,
Okay.
so like
I
I
don't know
wouldn't
anyone who has a pet seagull.
exactly. So I mean, I guess if they're
Jontron is like a little parakeet. or-
yeah, see, like that'd be fine. I'm fine with parakeets. I guess they're fine. I just like I guess I should say wild birds that like fucking chase you down and
I'm
attack
sure
you
every animal does that at one time or another.
in their
Like
existence.
yeah, my dad had dogs like throughout my whole childhood. I never appreciated it back then, but now I do.
It's
He's a big hunter, so we had hunting dogs all the time.
Yep.
And probably in the time before my parents divorced, there were 4 dogs around the place.
holy crap.
And at one time or another, they either all bit me or scratched me. I have scars.
Oh really?
I
From
have,
the
I have
dogs?
scars
I believe it.
over my body from when a fucking, especially we had one named Jasmine. She was this yellow lab, beautiful dog. Beat the shit out of me one day. I'm a little kid. She jumps up on me, throws me up against a gate, and then scratched me. And I'm like, what the hell? And then she ran off into we had this tree line behind our house, and she ran off into the tree line. Fucking, what's your problem?
It was a hit and run.
I don't remember her ever coming back now that I think about it.
she had to get it out of her system. She's like, that fucking Cordell, man.
Son of a bitch.
He's been doing me wrong all these years.
Sorry that I know you're listening, Jasmine. It's been, what, 10, 15 years? You're probably still alive, not? But
Well,
no,
still alive,
no,
not.
She's not alive.
Yeah,
she's
no.
lying dead.
Oh shit! How did I fuck?
Yeah, you broke that thing hardcore.
I didn't break it. I just this. Oh shit! Okay, now
Yeah,
I might have
you're-
broken
Yeah,
it.
you're breaking it.
Now I'm breaking it.
You should stop that.
I'm just trying to put it back the way it was.
That's
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I definitely heard that. I thought
Cool.
that was like an engine going on
Yeah, it
outside.
sounded like it. Wait, hang
But
on.
we're in a soundproof room, so like, no.
Not
it's
gonna work out like that. Hang on, I'm fixing it.
Going back to dogs, pugs. Definitely get a pug.
Is that what you're shooting for still?
I mean, I'd love one, but the only thing I don't like about pugs is that they do have that breathing problem.
Like overall, like you can't run with a pug or like
No,
what,
it's just that like,
health issues.
yeah, they have the health issues because they're so inbred.
I'm pretty sure. Can they swim? Or am I thinking of bulldogs can't swim?
I don't know. I've never thrown a pug in a pool and seen what happens.
I mean, I've heard that. I don't remember what it. I'm pretty sure it's a bulldog now that I think about it. Because if you throw them, they're really top heavy. Like their main weight is in their skull, so they can't like
No,
float.
pugs are fat as fuck. They're
I mean,
all-
yeah, I was gonna
all
say,
the-
yeah, I suppose they can float.
Yeah, I mean, I've like I said, I've never thrown a pug in a pool,
Well,
but
the big thing with the pugs is their breathing issues. They're really gassy because when they eat, they breathe a lot,
Oh, yeah.
and then they can get infections easily with
Yeah.
their face because their flaps can catch stuff in there.
yeah.
So
So again, it's a harder breed to take care of, but they're super friendly and they're fucking cute. Have you ever seen a baby pug? They're adorable. Little bulging eyes and a little waggy tail. Oh,
I will say, I if you look on my Twitter, that's all my feed is. But like
It's just dogs.
cute puppies.
Yeah.
But like I found like damn Rottweiler puppies are really fucking cute.
Like puppies in general are cute. I've never
is
seen
there
a puppy.
is there an ugly dog or an ugly puppy? I should say.
I mean, I'm sure they exist, but I would still love the fuck out of it.
But like what breed would you least want?
What
I
I
should
least
not
want.
not based off. Yeah, I shouldn't say not based off just
Uh,
their puppiness, but just in general.
There's a type of dog. I mean, there's a big meme out there where there's this dude on a couch with a dog, and the dog is taking up almost all of the couch. Big fluffy thing, and it says, "I don't know what breed this dog is, but I would gladly ride it into battle."
Okay,
It's huge, and I would not want it.
just because it's so big.
It's so big. It sheds. It like its hairs have to be
yeah.
this long, like a foot long, and yeah, it costs too damn much to feed that thing. So
I mean, in general, I don't know how much dogs are not cheap by any means.
no, it's a puppy. Like if you adopt a puppy, that means okay, you get the dog for free, but then it's like $100 for shots if they don't have those, and then
food and
like water's free, but medicine if they need it.
yeah.
the
If you have a
flea-
trouble dog, it can get really expensive for sure.
flea and tick repellent and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. And then
It's-
you have to take into account. Most people don't take into account that like home damage.
Oh yeah, I had a wiener dog when I was younger, and
Is that-
I had to give it up because at that time I was allergic to dogs.
Yep.
Where I think I've pretty much grown out of it,
Okay.
so I'm thank God. But this is the cutest damn dog I've ever. Angel,
If you're listening.
she's not. She did pass away
Okay.
rather.
I can
rather
confirm.
recently, so. But she was super cute, and I gave her away. And as soon as we gave her away, the next family that took her started chewing on their furniture. She
Nice.
never chewed on any of our shit, but she like let the legs of their chairs were all bitten up. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was probably I'm trying to think of like a stress thing.
It was a traumatic event.
It was.
because she didn't get my pets.
Yeah.
I get
exactly.
the best pets.
There you go. That's why. So.
Probably. I don't fucking know. Apparently, she got really mean too after that. Like she would bark at everybody and try to like bite and scratch everybody. So
It's because
she wasn't given the love that I
That's
would
true.
have given her.
that's what it is. So.
But, to be really realistic, a pug would be nice because I think they're so damn cute. But I mean, a husky. I think a husky would be great.
Yeah, they're kind of big dogs
Yeah.
too. And the
They're-
thing about I've heard about huskies is they're harder to train because they're very stubborn.
That's fine.
All right,
mean-
as long as you
I
follow
mean,
that.
I can handle for a while. I can handle shit and piss on the rug, I guess. But
Well, like that, and also sometimes they don't listen to you or they don't want to
Mm.
do things you don't want them to.
I mean, yeah, I guess a lot of the husky videos I do see is like a husky doesn't want to go outside, or
Yeah.
he wants to take a bath, but you won't give him a
Yeah,
bath. So
it's
he's like,
also adorable that yeah.
But yeah, they're big dogs, but from what I've seen, they just want to be puppies. They just want to sit on your lap.
Yeah, they're very much lap dogs at that
And-
point.
And
So
they're so big, and that dog isn't a pet so much as is a companion.
yeah, I'd agree.
So like, if a intruder breaks into your house, a pug's gonna do dick.
Yeah,
They're gonna pet the pug, be like, "Oh, you're super cute," and then
you would
rob
just
your
do
ass,
that,
and then
you
up
would
and
steal
up.
the pug.
The pug's coming with me.
That would
Yeah.
be so sad.
They
Someone
took
stole
everything,
your dog.
including my
Oh
dog.
my god.
But then a husky, like if someone breaks into your apartment, a husky's gonna be like, "Oh shit." One of two things is gonna happen. Either he's gonna be super stubborn and be like, that sucks, or he's gonna fucking kill that.
Be like,
kill
"You're
the
out."
guy. Yeah, I'm sorry, but you're breaking into my house, and the man in the bedroom there, he gives me food and water, and I love him, so I'm going to kill you.
So yeah, Tom Segura.
He was great. I enjoyed it. Not as much as some of his other stuff. But
Yeah, it
something
was.
about live music and entertainment for me, like
Compared to listening to it or
yeah,
something.
because like we went to Stone Sour not too long ago, and
It wasn't as good. I will admit that was kind of a bad concert. That wasn't good. I mean, it wasn't like the worst.
no, it's not.
There's a couple good ones in there.
But I used to love going to like concerts and stuff like that. But I went to Tom Segura, one of my favorites, and it didn't disappoint me, but it just left me wanting a little bit more, some
Yeah.
little something extra.
Right.
Stone Sour, I love their music. I listen to it all the time on Spotify,
Mhm.
and went to the concert. Kind of disappointed me. Steel Panther didn't.
Yeah. Still, see, like that is when that's when it's good live music. I think you just went to a
A bad Stone Sour concert.
yeah.
Cherry Bombs did not disappoint.
didn't even know who they were.
No, we didn't know who the. Look up Cherry Bombs, kids. Look them up on YouTube. Watch all their videos. Subscribe.
Yeah, go to their Instagram. They have a
Great Instagram.
couple selections of things you can look at.
But yeah, Steel Panther is one of those bands that they have I like their music, but their stage presence is really big.
Yeah, that's kind of the biggest. Like, you can't get that out of the music that you listen to.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could kind of, but not to the degree that you see them live, obviously. So.
And it was very much Stone Sour was there to play music. They were going to play their music for you.
Yeah. And then leave.
Get off the stage.
Yeah.
And I mean, there was a little bit of flair in between there, but.
Yeah, I really think it's the bands that really try and connect with the audience and like have that good stage presence.
I think that's why Alice Cooper was so big.
Yeah, exactly.
He has great stage presence. I don't really like Alice Cooper's music.
It's okay.
That's just me though.
Yeah.
I mean, I love that type of music, just not really him.
He's okay. I'm a fan of. Some of the stuff is good. Like, I like his Poison is a good song. And
okay.
But yeah, he's got a couple good ones that I'll listen to.
But I guarantee you, like, if his stage presence is a big part of why he was so popular.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Metallica, I bet you, is the same way.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
like,
absolutely.
I've seen like little snips from Metallica concerts, and the pyrotechnics that go off, and the lighting is so good. But like when you listen to Metallica's music, it becomes repetitive.
Yeah, it sounds a lot the same.
A lot of drawn out. There's the guitar solos in the beginning are always so long. Like, they cut those down a little bit. Metallica, I know you're listening.
I've never heard anyone say that.
What?
Metallica, can you like tone it down a little bit?
No, you don't have to tone it down. Like keep the energy up to an 11. But the guitar solos, just dial them back a little bit. I don't need them to be as long.
We're gonna lose subscribers on that one.
Metallica's great. I fucking we can go through my Spotify list right now, and I have several of their songs. They're a great band.
Okay.
I even like their new album, but like, really, that's that long.
Yeah, I don't know. They just really like music, and they gotta play as much of it as possible.
I suppose.
So
not every song has to be 5.5, 6 minutes though.
That's fair. Metallica, you can make a 3-minute song, and no one will be the wiser.
No. I mean, yeah, they will be, because we'll be like, where the fuck did those 2 minutes go? Why do I feel like I got the same amount of entertainment out of a shorter amount of time?
Yeah. Yeah. No, I can't even think of a 3-minute Metallica song. Now I think about it. I mean,
either.
I'm not a huge Metallica fan, but like...
I'm not one of the dudes that goes around wearing their shirt. Like, I'm not that big of a fan.
No, I don't own a Metallica shirt. I own an AC/DC shirt.
Yeah.
And their songs are definitely 3 minutes.
I own, as far as t-shirts go, I own a Garth Brooks t-shirt.
Nice.
I own a Blake Shelton t-shirt. I own a Miranda Lambert t-shirt.
Jesus Christ. Were they at concert?
Yeah, I went to all three of those concerts.
At least it was a concert.
Yeah, like I didn't go out of my way to purchase. I'd wear a Garth Brooks t-shirt, like vintage.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Like I love Garth.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't. I mean, you probably wouldn't catch me wearing one, but
yeah. When we met, we had very different interests in music. We were very different people.
Yeah, I didn't like country as much, and now I'm a little bit better, and you like little rock a little bit more. Yeah. We're slowly become one person.
We're becoming one person, really. Yeah.
By the time we're done here, it's gonna be questionably 2 dudes, maybe 1 dude.
Yeah, like our logo's gonna go from like the 2 dudes, and then like it's gonna like mold into one dude.
Oh man, yeah, no, it's yeah, we were way different. I mean. Mm-hmm. I don't know how.
I was super conservative when we met. Like I was.
Oh really?
I was a stick in the mud. I was about as redneck and right wing as it came. Like freshman year, me would have been like Alex Jones. Yes.
Nice.
I would have been a big fan of him. I was a big fan of Rush Limbaugh.
Oh really?
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
Nowadays,
not so much.
I'm completely on the other side.
Yeah, the whole like. I guess we're gonna talk politics for a second.
Yeah, we'll dabble for a second. We can cut it.
Yeah, right. I really don't know where I fall on the spectrum of.
Most people fall in the middle. Like it's a good portion. I mean, okay, skip that. I'm not even gonna go into it. Most people are in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good percent. Like, no one's truly liberal. No one's. I mean, I'm sure there are people who are truly liberal and truly conservative, but they're few and far between.
Yeah, there's a lot. It seems like it's hard to categorize people nowadays.
Yeah, we're moderates becoming bigger and bigger.
Yeah,
because I mean, back in our parents' day, like you were very staunchly this or staunchly that. Even our grandparents' day, for sure, you were staunchly this, staunchly that. Mm-hmm. Whereas today, I don't think people care as much.
Yeah,
like we have our there are a lot more activists, I would say,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
but
So,
that's just maybe not more activists, but more vocal activists because we have the internet.
or
people
we're
are-
just being shown more of it. More
Exactly
Of it.
through the internet.
Yeah, yeah.
The internet has allowed us to see and open our eyes to
More things.
exactly,
So back then it was kind of you go by he said she said kind of
exactly.
thing,
Like
and what your parents told you,
Mhm.
and you kind of go from there. So, yeah, no, I agree. That's a good point. I didn't think we were gonna get political today, but we're
yeah,
getting political.
we went there, guys. We're a multi-topical show. We're not
Yeah.
just gonna we're not gonna talk about dick jokes and Stranger Things. Nah, we're gonna bring in
Politics.
politics, and we can get classy up in here.
Does it become more classy if you talk about politics? Is that
I
what
mean, we're definitely alienating a lot of people right now. I stayed as middle in the
happened?
conversation as I
yeah,
could.
I'd say that's
to,
fair. I don't think we didn't alienate many. We just stated, I don't know. We think there's more people that are moderate, which is
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, that's
And if you're one or the other, that's fine. That's your opinion.
yeah.
It's
I
not.
don't, I don't give a shit what
Yeah,
you
dude.
think. I don't give a shit what you do.
Yeah.
Just don't fuck with me.
Yeah, my biggest thing is like, I don't know, if I don't care what, I don't know, your beliefs are, as long as you have good reasoning behind it, then it's
Oh yeah,
fine.
for sure. Yeah. If you can sit down with me and we can have a genuine conversation about
Yeah.
why you think that way, and you'll listen to why I think my way.
Yeah.
And we're not just gonna get into a shouting match. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
will.
fine.
I will talk to you all day long.
Right, but it's just at some point, if it gets to the point of, well, you just think that because you're stupid, or you
Yeah,
think that because
then
whatever.
see, I've never been that guy where it's
No.
like you're stupid for thinking of this, or
I'd like to think I am like that, but I don't know, maybe.
yeah, well, that might be that. I don't think I am anyway, but yeah, like, I used to be really religious. Like I'm not any. There's no religion left in me at all. But I will go to church with anybody who will smoke weed and look through a telescope with me. Joe Rogan. That's one of his tweets. One of his quotes.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I will go to church with anybody who smokes weed and looks through a telescope with me.
Why is he such keen on weed? Out of curiosity, just because it's just a passion of his.
He loves it. Like
Yeah.
I mean,
Is that a good love to have? Do you
we
think?
know weed lovers.
Yeah. No, that's true. I'm just
And-
saying. Is it? To me,
Is it a good passion to have? I mean,
well, the thing with that is the only thing about Joe Rogan and weed is if you don't like weed, it seems like
you won't like his comedy at all.
no, it's not that. It's that he'll pander you about it, and to me that bugs me a lot. You don't like weed because of this. Well, let me throw a bunch of facts at you and
Yeah, like that's just it though. He throws facts at you
well,
about
yeah,
the weed.
which is fine, but like it just seems very, not childish, but it just like
I mean, I can understand
if
where
they-
you're coming from.
if they think that way, and you can try and you can try and say no, this is the facts I have. Just let them ignore the facts if they want to ignore the facts.
Sure, yeah.
That's the only thing that bugs me with Joe Rogan is that he is very passionate about weed, which is fine. It's just when you get to the point of pandering, that's when it starts to bug.
Okay, so you don't like the fact that if you dispute his you don't like his style of comedy because he does enjoy weed and he
Yeah.
talks about it all the time.
Right.
And he'll just shoot facts at you and he'll be like, "You're stupid," blah blah blah.
I won't say that. I will say that he if he doesn't convince someone about his way of thinking, then he thinks that he lost. And it's not a game. Like it's not
Yeah, this life is not a game.
right. No, that's not what I was trying to go for. But like,
I definitely understand what you're talking about.
Yeah.
The win and lose, like middle ground needs to be found in all this kind of stuff.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think he needs to be more understanding to some situations. If people don't like weed, if they think it's bad for them, then he just has to accept that they think it's bad for them. He doesn't have to prove to everybody that
I
weed
mean,
is good.
Like we have states that do and do not accept weed.
Right.
So, like, yeah, that's just indicative of our country, I guess. It's split down the middle, and not everybody is going to believe the same thing. So,
Yeah, that was a big thing that Tom Segura talked about too. Is like the fact that we're gonna have to explain to our kids that weed at one point was illegal, and we had to meet sketchy people to get it.
Yeah,
and
we
we
had
paid for it.
we had to get into Daddy had to get into strangers' cars, and how much weed were you moving? $20 worth.
$20 worth. Yeah, exactly.
That's
So yeah, that's a big thing with I don't know, the whole weed situation. I don't know where we got into that. I guess that falls into the category of politics
Yeah,
and
it's-
Joe
it's
Rogan
definitely
and all
a
that
big-
stuff. So
it's a big
Big topic.
in
Yeah.
our society today, and we have people who like it, people who don't. If you like it, fine. If you don't, fine. It's just like everything else. Like there are
Yeah.
people who are vegan. There's people who aren't vegan.
Yeah.
And I mean, one group is going to tell the other, "Oh, you're wrong," but like, why?
Yeah. It's just
Like, nobody's.
be able to listen.
Yeah.
That's my biggest thing is listen and understand. If you don't, and you can try and convince. I don't have an issue with that. It's just don't make it where you have to win the battle.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, there are instances in which you should try to
Oh,
win
yeah.
the battle.
Yeah, I agree.
Like,
it's just if you're not gonna win every one, and
And this is weird because like we're two white dudes.
where are you going with this, Cordell?
I mean, just like all the big things like the political movements in our country.
all the shit that we got to worry about
Yeah,
or
like,
something.
No, just
or-
like the political movements that have been made in like the last 100 years,
Mhm.
where we were the ones who were like, "Stop it, don't do that."
yeah.
You know,
Now we're like, dude, we
Yeah.
totally want that.
this face that I'm wearing currently, you can see it in some picture from the 1940s where bad things were happening.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Where 1960s where somebody was getting sprayed with a fire hose.
Yeah, exactly. It's
I accept that. We are shitty people. Well, we were shitty people.
we were shitty people. We may be still shitty people.
I don't think I'm a shitty person.
I like to think I'm okay at times.
Yeah.
But like I don't know if we want to get into this
Yeah,
topic.
I don't know. We want to get that deep
Or-
into it. I was just bringing it up as a side note that like we're talking about all this progressiveness and yeah,
And- yeah.
we haven't been our team hasn't been good at that in the past.
Oh God. Yeah, no, I agree. Our team's had a bit of a rough season.
Yeah, maybe not a rough season. We just we haven't played by the rules.
No, we've broken some rules, that's for sure. And
Yeah, so enough of that. Let's move on.
let's see, what topic do we want to hit on next?
I'm still stoked for Star Wars.
Oh yeah, here's the thing. I haven't bought a ticket yet, which is because for a bunch of reasons. You're
Yeah.
looking at me like I'm crazy.
No,
Okay.
I may have a the for you. Like we
Yeah,
talked about
that's the
that.
thing. That's my first reason is I
Okay.
may either go with you or may be at home, meaning Oakdale, Minnesota,
Oh, I
the
gotcha.
Minneapolis
Yeah, yeah.
area.
Yep, yep.
So I don't really know where I'm gonna be. And the other reason is I know there's gonna be tickets available. It won't be opening night, which is
Oh.
fine. Just don't fuck with me, Cordell, because I know you're gonna do that shit on me.
Oh, I'm not gonna spoil it.
Oh,
for
okay,
you.
I was gonna
Why
say.
would I do that for you?
Be a dick. I don't
Yeah,
even know.
we're both big Star Wars fans.
Yeah.
So I would never I wouldn't go up and be like and just tell you the main part of the story.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
All right, I'm just
I
checking.
would definitely not be like I will.
Or like I'm just worried about like I don't want to go on any social media until I
Yeah,
go see it. That's
see,
the
that-
big
that-
thing.
That's what happened 2 years ago when Star Wars Episode 7 came out.
Yeah.
People had to stay off the internet for days until they were able to go out
Go
and
see it in the
watch
movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
People were putting spoilers online.
spoilers were just they were everywhere, and kudos to those people on like Reddit and iFunny and all those different social media platforms where people share pictures and memes and whatnot.
Yeah.
Where
It would spoil all that. Like
everything
Han
was-
Solo died. And
everything was could have gotten spoiled.
Yeah.
And then there were people
they were
like,
flagging it and
yeah,
stuff.
they were
and-
like taking it down. Like people volunteered to be like, "Oh, I don't give a shit about Star Wars. I'll delete all the shit that has anything to do with Star Wars for the next like
a month. Yeah.
I would say a month is about
That's about fair.
right.
Yeah.
If after a month you haven't seen something,
Yeah. No.
then it's if you find spoilers, that's on you.
Yeah. No. I like that week. I'm going to see it for
Oh, yeah.
sure.
I would recommend Tuesday if you're gonna go to do it in Fargo because $5 movies at Marcus Theaters.
Well, it's the same thing with all the Marcus ones. Like the
Yeah.
ones back at home are the same way too.
Oh, Marcus Theaters, please sponsor us.
Yeah, that'd be so awesome if you got sponsored by a movie theater.
We will do
Got
we'll do
free
reviews
shit.
and shit.
Oh,
and
yeah, absolutely.
We'll plug your shit all the time.
The thing about the one in Oakdale that I go to, I'm excited now because they have a bar there
Ooh.
and they serve you. If you can, like, you can go to your seat and you can order
Also,
a beer.
they have like little buttons that you push and
Yeah.
the bartender will go up to you.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
The only thing, and it's understandable, you just got to do it before the show, obviously.
Oh, yeah,
So you
so-
can't do it in the middle of it. I'm like, yeah.
I mean, you probably could, but people are gonna get pissed.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
No, I wouldn't. I
I
wouldn't
would-
be an asshole.
No, yeah, exactly.
I kind of wanted another beer at the show last night, but I didn't want to get up and disturb the people
The
behind
one
us.
one thing I will say about those was the seating was very tight.
Oh yeah, it was made for smaller people.
Oh, yeah.
People were much shorter back in the 40s or whenever. the
Apparently,
freaking
whenever it was
Fargo
made,
Theater
yeah.
because we were sitting in the front row of our section, and there was a
Yeah.
bar in front of us.
Our knees were just
Yeah, our knees were
against
up
it.
against this like gate basically, and it was like I was cramped. I felt like Mr. Incredible in his car in the beginning of The Incredibles.
That's exactly what it was. Yeah,
Yeah.
I was comparing it to like a roller coaster ride or something where they
Yeah,
strap you in there.
Yeah, that's
You're
that's
not going
the thing.
anywhere.
Yeah, you're.
I had to pee so bad, dude.
Yeah,
When we got out of there, I was running.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I made friends in the bathroom because I had to wait in line because
Oh,
I had to get my mind off of it. I was
That's
talking
great.
to the dude. He was dressed up as he had overalls on. He had like a big belly or whatever. He had like put stuff in there.
Okay.
And I'm like, "Oh, are you pregnant?" It's just a joke with him. He's like, "Yeah, I'm pregnant." He's
Was
like,
that Fort? Oh, that was at Fort Knox.
Yeah,
I remember
and
that
so-
guy.
yeah,
he was,
yeah.
He was cool. I like
"Yeah,
that.
he's nice."
There was a lot of great costumes last night. at
There
Fort
was,
Knox.
yeah. It was a good variety aside from the Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
There's a lot of those,
Lot
which
of
was
Rick-
expected.
I saw 2 Pickle Ricks, and those people can go fuck themselves forever. I do not like Pickle Rick.
Really?
I like Rick and Morty as a show. I thought the first season was great. Second season, about halfway through it, it's all right now.
Yeah, I still
But
I haven't seen it.
I've seen like Pickle Rick. Like I know how Pickle Rick was made. I know like what Pickle Rick did after, and like the fight scene's cool, but like Pickle Rick is stupid.
That's-
Sorry, Rick and Morty fans.
I was gonna say that's saying something for someone who's a Rick and Morty fan.
Yeah.
Like, usually it's pretty positive from what I hear.
I mean, I like the show. I just think it's taken some. It's done some stupid things.
Okay, that's fair.
Which that's every show.
I haven't seen it. Yes.
I've never seen.
Arrow.
I've never seen a show that is completely perfect. I thought Dexter was perfect up until like the 5th season.
About Sons of Anarchy.
I mean, Sons of Anarchy did some stupid stuff.
Really?
Yeah, I think so.
Like,
Making Tara bad.
oh yeah.
I
that's
think
fair.
if Tara would have made it through the whole season, I mean, Tara just became a bitch.
Yeah, pretty much. She just it's supposed to like show you what happens when you're part of that
yeah,
group.
I
It's the same
suppose.
thing with Tara.
But like,
or not Tara.
But
the mom.
Gemma was, she came out of it fine.
Yeah.
Whereas
Easily.
like she's like they both became the same person, but one of them wanted out of the lifestyle, and one of them like obviously was loyal to the lifestyle.
Right.
And if Tara would have became loyal to the lifestyle, I think the show would have been better for it. I was just at the end. I was just happy. Like I wouldn't even call myself happy because that's too strong an emotion for what happened to Tara at the end. It was just a
So
a thing that happened.
you're glad that it happened then?
Kind of. I'm kind of glad that Tara died just because she was annoying
Well,
to the plot.
kind of, sort of. Yeah, I can see where she can get annoying. I'm just saying that the reason they made her that way is just to show you what happens.
to a person
Yeah, and it's
that's exposed to that. Understandable. Like it's a great show.
Yeah.
Understandable why they did that.
yeah. No, every show has its flaw. I'm even thinking like Breaking Bad. There was a couple episodes that were not so hot
Mhm.
towards the end of the
Again,
season.
every show has that, and Rick and Morty's got it too.
So waiting for Stranger Things to have that
Yeah.
moment. We're only 2 seasons in, which is young.
We've named some things we
Yeah.
don't like about it, so
But those
it's not
are
perfect.
Those are yeah.
It's not like a whole episode is bad. Just, there's little details that I don't enjoy.
Yeah, no, there's no bad episode that I can think of really for Stranger Things, to be honest.
There are ones that obviously are worse than others. I haven't seen a
Oh, yeah.
bad one yet,
Right.
but there are some that I'm like, that wasn't as good as the last one.
Yeah, no, agreed. I'm just saying, yeah, there's never been a bad one so far.
Mm.
So,
It's because I think they keep it so short. Like, how many episodes were in the last season? Like 10?
maybe 10.
Yeah, and then this one only has 9. So if you keep it short like they do,
Yeah.
there's less chance that you're gonna have a shitty episode.
Very true. Very true. So,
Quality over quantity with that show.
yeah, and yeah, there's not many. I'm trying to think of like shows that are like that are really short and good. And there's-
Sherlock.
Oh yeah, Sherlock's a good one.
I'm big on Sherlock right now.
Yep.
I'm only on season 2, which is like 4 episodes long. It's not long at all.
Okay.
But they're all like movies. They're not actual like episodes, but they all follow the same over arc, like story arc basically.
Right.
And yeah, it's great. I haven't seen a bad episode yet.
Okay. Yeah, I've just seen bits and parts of it from what you were watching or whatever. So.
Yeah, Zach's not really you're not really into the British TV.
Nah,
Which is
I never
totally
really got
cool.
into it, yeah. Like I liked Oh shoot, I'm totally blanking on the what's the movie I made you watch? I was all British humor.
Monty Python.
Yeah, Monty
And the
Python.
Holy Grail.
I mean, do you count that as British?
No, that's totally British.
Oh yeah,
that's
that's
100% British.
Yeah, I like that kind of humor, but like
Yeah,
I guess
their style of comedy is very nice.
anything that's not British humor, I don't like. I guess I
Okay,
shouldn't say I don't like. I just don't get into.
Okay, so like British drama is
Yeah,
up your, so-
right.
yeah, I mean, I like Doctor Who. I like Sherlock. I'm big on like the things that have come to America that are like big in America that
Yeah.
are British. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, well, I had it. I guess I shouldn't. I had a traumatic event, I guess, with Doctor Who. I just watched the first episode of the first season. I'm like, this
Oh,
is
yeah.
really stupid.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
get it. I don't get why people like this shit. This is really stupid.
It-
But from what I've heard, that's like the outcast of
yeah,
the show.
that first season is
Pretty
like,
garbage.
It's not garbage. There's definitely good parts to it. That first Doctor that you see, he's I believe he's 6. No, 9. What am I talking about? He's the ninth Doctor. Whoops, my bad. He has his moments. I think he's funny at parts.
Okay.
There was just creative differences with him, so he went off and did his own thing, and they kind
Gotcha.
of just killed him off after the first season. Whereas other Doctors have gotten several seasons in this new series. Anyway, yeah, I liked him. He was just, he's kind of the black sheep of the family.
Okay, fair enough.
He's not as elaborate, like he's not as weirdly dressed. If you look at all the other Doctors, they all have some kind of weird characteristic about them.
Yeah, like a quirk or something.
Yeah,
or
like they all like wear nice fancy suits. They have like one of them wore a sweater that had question marks over it, like a Riddler sweater, basically.
Oh, really?
Green. It's obviously the fourth Doctor had that big scarf that he wore.
Yep.
The first one had a nice, really, really, really nice suit that he wore. The ninth Doctor, he wore jeans and a leather jacket, and his hair was like a cut really short, so like he was just a dude. You could have went to the pub and seen this dude.
Yeah, you'd be like, all right, normal dude.
Yeah, it was. But yeah, I liked him. It was all right. Not my favorite.
I think it's interesting that they took a female route for the next Doctor.
I'm very excited. We don't have cable or satellite, so I don't get to watch it as it comes out. But once it comes out, I'll be watching it, binging it.
I mean, it's probably on Hulu, right?
All of the Doctor Who is on Amazon Prime.
Oh, never mind. You won't get that then. Well, maybe unless Hulu picks it up.
You have Amazon Prime?
Huh?
You have Amazon Prime.
No, I'm just saying, Amazon, they don't do the thing
where
Hulu is released week to week,
true.
where Amazon is the whole
I have to wait for the
whole season to drop, and then wait a little.
I haven't actually seen the last season because Amazon Prime is still making you pay for that season.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. I gotcha.
It's still too new. As far as I know, I haven't been back to look at it in quite some time. So it might be, if it's done, like if I can go watch more Doctor Who after we're done with Stranger Things, you're not gonna see me for some time.
I'm just trying to think. I'm still working on Black Mirror.
Black Mirror, and then Gotham.
Gotham is one I'm still. It's kind of in the middle, or I'm still, I don't know. Yeah, working on. So trying to think. Yeah, watching TV is so difficult.
Yeah. Let's go to Black Mirror real quick. I mean,
Okay.
How interesting that show is. If you haven't seen it, I compare it to Twilight Zone.
Yeah, which is a good comparison.
Which is there's this weird, like, it's our world, but there's something weird about it. It's very futuristic.
Yep.
Also British.
The Black Mirror. Oh
yeah,
yeah, it is.
The British.
Yeah, there you go. There's my one exception.
And something weird, something technological happens,
Yep.
or like as an advancement,
Mm-hmm.
and then, or some kind of weird concept comes up, and you get to see how the world unfolds with this new concept, or like a specific individual copes with it, or something like that.
Right.
And they're all very interesting. Like I don't think we've ever watched an episode together and not afterwards, like, or during, kind of talked about it.
Yeah, and like yeah, for sure. It's definitely one of those TV shows that's like makes you think about it.
Mhm.
And it's also I'm trying to like, I guess recently it's a lot. It's not connected in any way, and so it's kind of nice to just not have to worry about what happened last time.
Oh yeah.
You just have to start new, and it's something fresh. I mean, fresh meaning like, you know, it's based around technology is kind of the biggest thing. But it's weird is people have told me that the first 2 seasons are awful, and I'm watching them and I'm like, these are pretty good.
How many seasons are there?
There's 3 seasons now.
Okay.
But there's the first season only has like 3 episodes. Second season has first season has 3 episodes, and then the second season has like 5 or 4 episodes, and then the third one has like 7.
Okay.
So I'm wondering if the third season is something based, if it's like
There's a story
is a
behind it.
story behind it. Which in that case, I might not even like the third season then.
Yeah, I think that'd be a weird direction to take, seeing as you got to see all these different concepts play out in their own individual world and not incorporating with each other, which
Right.
might get confusing.
No, it was nice just to see new ideas every time instead of just the same thing over. I mean, like I said, when I say new, I mean it's based around technology, but it's it's not the same in any way. I mean, yeah.
The one that really caught my eye was the one where this device is implanted into the back of your ear, and it's a basically you were able to rewatch your memories as they played out from your point of view, and the drama it causes between a family is
It's pretty. It's something you don't really think about. You're like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, if I watch my or like I can have people watch my memories and understand what I went through.
because so you're given this device that goes into your head and then a remote where you can individually watch your memories, but you can also like put them onto a TV screen so other people could watch your memories. So the TV industry is done. Like
Oh yeah, absolutely.
television is done. It's all about this reliving
about-
memories or other people's memories through.
Which is both a positive and a negative because I think we're slowly becoming a way of we want to experience life through someone else's life. You know what I'm saying? So like you and I watch Casey Neistat,
Oh yes,
and he has an awesome life.
yeah,
But in a way, we're experiencing his life
Life
instead of our
secondhand.
own.
yep. And,
So if you implemented this technology, you would want to go out and do those cool stuff.
yeah, vlogging would become so big if that was a thing. I mean, it
Absolutely.
is really big right now, but
Right.
like anybody that did anything mildly interesting would be putting their shit up for people to see.
Yeah, it's like if you asked, like if you went to visit your grandpa, you're like, what was it like in the war? And he's like, I'll show you what it was like in the war. That would be awesome.
I would enjoy that a lot actually.
Right.
So it was a very interesting episode, very interesting concept, and I could see that going into a full feature length movie or like a whole series being developed just around that one technology.
Right,
or
right.
Within that world.
Yeah, no, they had a lot of good ones. That one sticks out to me, and then another one is the one you didn't see was the girl whose fiance or husband died in a freak accident,
Oh, yes.
and then she became pregnant after he's gone, and so at the funeral, this girl comes up to her and she's like, "Hey, listen, there's this new software that you can it helps people get over their their grief, and it helps you talk to the person that's still dead." So what they do is it starts off small with like a chat room where it looks at all of his tweets and his Facebook posts and it kind of mimics what he would have been like, because in this case he was very snarky and he was a smartass, and so it mimicked kind of his responses of what she would say, and he would respond back with, "Well, no, I'm not dead, I'm just talking to you now," kind of thing.
Okay.
And so then it moved onto she would send, so she can kind of like upgrade to the next thing, so where she would send videos of him and it would be like a phone call and she would be on the phone talking to this IA, and then it would sound like him and it would respond like him, and it was one of those things where you understand now why she was doing it, because she was at the point when she was having her stomach scanned, and like she wanted to know what his reaction would have been like
to
the
child,
baby.
yes.
Yeah, to the heartbeat kind of thing.
Okay.
And then it gets taken a step further, which is kind of one of those things where is hard to basically what he said, he's like, all right, you can do the next thing, but you got to sit down because it's really expensive. She's like, okay, I'll sit down. And so what happens is she orders this, it's like a mannequin, but it's not stiff. Like it's it's pretty much like a dead body. It's like a doll. And so what she does is she throws it into a bath and then puts electrolytes and stuff in it. And what she has to wait a certain amount of time, and then it comes out, and then it looks just like him, and it talks just like him. And the only thing there's a few things that are wrong with it. One is it doesn't know how to handle certain situations. Like it wasn't sent information about how he would argue, and she's like, oh no, he wouldn't do that. He would argue with me about sleeping downstairs was the example that they used. And so it was very interesting about it to me, the being able to let go of somebody even at the hardest time of your life, because at that point it was just fake, and it wasn't it wasn't a human, it was a robot.
I totally wouldn't go for the doll.
No, absolutely.
Because you're trying to replace them at that point, but the grieving process, I'm very much you have the funeral, you move on.
Yeah.
That's how I.
It would just be very interesting. Like if I died, you'd be like, I wonder what he would say in this situation.
The chat room, I might go for that.
Yeah, I'm
Just
kind of
like if my mom were to die,
yeah.
I
Just
would
chat
get the
with
chat
your mom.
room so I could run big moments in my life through here.
Yeah, the only thing with that is like it would. I think it would start to sucker me into the whole like the call, because the call itself was also big because she would go to like these places like that were like very beautiful looking, and she's like, I wish you were here and stuff like that. And it gets to the point where in this doll, it did get into the point of sexuality, because when he was alive, he was a one pump chump. But when the robot came along, it was a lot different because he didn't have to ejaculate or anything like that, because he's just kept going. And she was like, this is the best thing ever, because now I can keep going and I can, eventually have an orgasm like most women don't. I just split the audience on that one, didn't I?
Yeah, these are two college kids who know their ability.
Yeah, so it got, and it, I don't, I'll just spoil it for you because it's pretty interesting. Is that she has the kid, and it at one point. So this, I guess, let me start over. At one point, she's like, "I need to get rid of you. Jump off this cliff." And then he's like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, because he doesn't want to argue with her,
Yeah.
so he just doesn't.
Well, here's the thing. He's like, "Oh, okay, I'll just do it because you told me to."
Mm-hmm.
And then which is weird because she's like, "Oh no, he wouldn't do that. He would argue with me about it. She was upset." And then eventually he clicks and he's like, all right, now I'm going to start. He starts crying. And then he brings up the fact is like, he doesn't want to die. He doesn't want to die. He brings it up and then she crashes. Like she can't handle it.
Okay.
And then it cuts to her having the kid, and the kid's probably about like 8 or 9. And you're like, did he jump? We don't know. And so what happens is it's her birthday and she's like, oh, can I have extra slice, Mom? And she's like, yeah, that's okay. And so the ladder thing to the attic comes down. And you're like, oh, she's just gonna hang out upstairs, and nope, he's up there.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was a big thing of like her having to hide this thing because like her sister was there, and she doesn't know that she bought this thing.
Yeah, you wouldn't want your kid to grow up thinking that's the dad, when really it's just an artificial thing.
Right. Yeah, and
that's creepy.
Yeah, and it really just stuck with me that like, wow, you gotta like let go.
Yeah, no kidding. I mean,
so
when you're really in love with someone, I mean, it'd be hard if like my mom died,
right?
And, where I wouldn't know really what to do with myself, I wouldn't go to that extreme. But some people, if someone's taken from them suddenly, they need that kind of closure.
Right. Yeah, that would be the other thing. It'd be like, why did you do it, or like you were taken too soon for me, or something like that.
Like you need that time with someone. You would like people say I would give everything I had for one more day with so and so.
Right.
And this would allow you to do that, but it's not going to help you in the grieving process in the long run, I don't think.
Exactly. It's just going to make it worse. It's going to draw it out longer.
This person, like, oh, I can go talk to this person whenever now, and you're never going to get over them. And that's a terrible feeling. But that show is so interesting.
Yeah. I'd recommend it for sure.
If more stuff like that would come along, I love stuff like that messes with your brain, and it makes you think at the end. And
not a lot of movies like that nowadays.
No, a lot of fart jokes.
A lot of fart and dick jokes. And,
I mean, some of my favorite parts of the Deadpool movie, like my favorite part was when he has the teeny tiny hand. He's like, I bet it feels ginormous.
In these hands. That's awesome. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of my favorite line. It was, oh god, I don't even remember. It was probably, the fight scene. It was a variety of moments in that movie. Like
that fight scene. There's several of them in that movie.
Between I'm blanking on his name. The
Ajax?
big metal guy.
Oh, Big Metal Jax. Colossus.
Yeah, Colossus. Where he's fighting him, and he's like, he comes back and he feels that he's like, Dad.
Yeah, Daddy. Dad.
And then he throws him. And he's like, ever heard of the guy the guy with the one leg in ass kicking contest? And then he kicks him, and he breaks everything, and it's just a good movie if you haven't seen it.
Deadpool's good. I can't wait for number 2.
Oh man, I really hope they don't ruin that one either.
With Ryan Reynolds behind the helm, like he's a fan. Like he's a fan of Deadpool.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So
I can't think of
he was a big reason that Deadpool movie got made. So, with him behind the helm and knowing what to
Picking your nose over there.
yeah, it got itchy. Uh, his know-how, his comedic ability, his acting ability, they have the formula. They know what they have to do to make the next one awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Like they got everything in place.
Just listen to the fans.
Yeah.
Like you can just search Deadpool message boards on
like Reddit
or
or
go to Reddit or whatever, and just type in Deadpool, and they will tell you everything that was good or bad about that movie, and you just need to tweak it and adjust for them.
Well, the thing is that I think they're doing that, but like I said, going back to bringing it back around to the Stranger Things thing, is they brought it to an 11 in Cordell's case. Mine was a 10.
Thank you.
God damn it. But I think at that point, it may just feel, I don't know, not forced, but it just feels like they cranked it too much, and you're just like, whoa, hang on.
Okay, like,
you know what I'm saying?
There's almost too much fan services going on.
There's too much fan services.
Okay.
So, I mean, I agree with you. They should definitely listen to the fans, for sure. Because if they don't, then they're not going to have anyone show up at all.
Yeah, but the thing is, Deadpool was so big because, one, it's a comic book movie.
Mm-hmm.
Two, it's Deadpool. Comic book fans have been waiting for this forever. And then you have your general mix of kids that want to go because it's a comic book movie, then their parents, obviously. But now parents know, like, because I heard about, like, little kids, like, 8-year-olds, and the parents were like,
oh, they want to go see it.
They want to go see it, and they didn't understand.
It's a superhero movie.
It's an R rating.
You're like, oh yeah, there'll be like blood.
Yeah, blood maybe, but it went way beyond that.
Right.
And so you're gonna lose those kids, I think. Maybe not for home video sales,
right?
But for movie tickets, you're gonna lose.
Yeah, because the parents aren't gonna want to take them.
And I don't know if they're gonna go too much towards the fans. Like if they do everything the fans say, you're probably gonna lose the people who are just your average superhero movie fans.
Yeah, agreed.
So,
it was like bringing my girlfriend there. Like she didn't know anything about Deadpool.
Yeah.
And then she went there. She's like, that was really funny.
Yeah, there you go.
So.
I think the same girlfriend that fell asleep
in Star
Wars Rogue One, though.
I know. I'm sorry. Not my fault.
That's very unfortunate.
Yeah. No, it's fine. We're all fine.
We are fine.
I'm trying to think if I ever felt. I think I've fallen asleep in a movie. I just don't remember which one it was.
I fell asleep this summer. I'd already gone to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Oh, but you fell asleep. Yeah.
I had seen it, and then I was in Missouri for a thing for a job, and the people I was with were like, "Hey, let's go see a movie," and they all wanted to see Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
And you're like,
cool.
I'll see it again. Yeah.
We were in Missouri, and at that movie theater, you could get beer. So
nice.
I got a 32-ounce beer. I got a big old Bud Light, and I sat down with my popcorn and my Bud Light, and I chugged that Bud Light, and it was gone before the movie started. So I was like, "Oh, we're getting another one."
So you got a little tipsy.
I got a little tipsy, and it was during the big fight scene at the end of Guardians 2, and I fell asleep, and no one woke me up because like, "Oh, he's already seen it," and I'm like, "Assholes," but yeah, I had already seen it. So
there you go.
It was all good. Well, I'll tell you what, we were there, and we're from North Dakota. It does not get hot here compared to down there. It was nighttime when we pulled up to the camp, and it was like 85 degrees out and 90% humidity.
Oh really?
That is gross.
Sweating your nuts off in that.
Yeah, like I had a choice. I didn't even think about it. Like I could have went to Wisconsin in July.
Wisconsin?
Sorry. I could have went to Wisconsin in like May, or I could have went to Missouri in May.
Okay.
And I chose Missouri because like, oh, I haven't been to the South in forever. I'd love to go back. Don't.
There's nothing there, but like, there's good food in the South from what I hear.
I love their food. That food was not present at this camp. They definitely pandered to the northern states that were. We had Niffla soup one day.
You had what?
Niffla soup.
I don't know what that is. Oh! I have offended Cordell.
Fucking what? Have you ever had Niffla soup?
No, I haven't.
What ethnicity are you? Like what?
Caucasian.
Okay, sorry. What? What region of Europe do your descendants or your ancestors come from?
German and Polish.
Okay, so yeah, German. I mean, it's more of a Norwegian thing, I guess. But
okay.
Niffla is okay. So take dumpling soup, you've never had dumpling soup either. Okay, so you know what a dumpling is?
Yeah, I know what a dumpling is.
Okay, so it's
just
like,
poured in
basically-
water.
It's a big old ravioli basically.
Okay.
You take the filling out of it, and
Okay.
you just have the noodle part, a big old noodle, big old bread thing.
Yeah.
And you put it in some cream sauce
Okay.
with just a bunch of other goodness.
Oh yeah, that's what you put in there.
It's whatever you want.
Oh,
It's
shit.
delicious.
All
We
right.
live right next to a Kroll's, which makes some of the best Nifla soup.
It's called Nifla.
Nifla.
How do you spell that?
There's a K at the beginning of it. And then
Oh,
it's
see, that's
pretty much-
why. It's because your special spellings.
Yeah, I'm not Norwegian. I'm
Well-
German. I'm pretty sure it's a German thing too.
I couldn't tell you.
Like my family's German and Irish, and we had it at every Christmas. While
You can just claim it as your own. Just be like, yeah.
while Grandma was alive, we had Nifla. Like anytime I wanted Nifla, you're sure as shit gonna get Nifla.
There you
there's,
go.
There's potatoes and stuff in there too. It's real good.
In the Nifla.
In the Nifla
so
soup.
is it like a soup then?
Yeah,
or
it's
is
a soup.
So,
I
but-
call it Nifla soup.
Oh yeah, I'm fucking stupid. I was just
I mean,
picturing the noodles. I'm just like,
Yeah,
oh, it's like a.
the Nifla is the noodles, and like you can get just Nifla. Like some people make Nifla and sauerkraut, so it's like that with a little sausage in it. Like the Nifla is little big chunky noodles
Okay.
with sauerkraut and sausage. That's a big thing too.
Okay. All right.
And I'm not a big fan of sauerkraut, so I don't have that. Like if Mom makes Nifla, I'm
Yeah.
there. I'm there. I don't go home often, but when I do, Mom makes Nifla.
Do you remember? Like, have you had Dos Equis?
Dos Equis?
Yeah.
The beer?
The beer.
Yeah.
Do you like it?
It's all right.
Just
Why?
curious. 'Cause I don't know. I thought of it because you said the tagline of it.
Stay thirsty, my friends.
Oh shit! Am I thinking of a different one? Yeah, that's the same one.
What are you talking about? Where are you going with this?
I don't know. I just want to know if you had Dos Equis. That was it.
What tagline did I say that you? I didn't say stay thirsty, my friends.
What'd you say instead?
I don't fucking know.
No, when I go or I don't go to.
I don't go home often,
Yeah.
but when I do,
That's Dos
okay.
Equis.
Yeah, that is
Don't
Dos
fuck
Equis.
with me, Cordell. I was right.
That is Dos
I was
Equis.
right!
Yeah, you're right.
Ah.
That is correct. Yes.
God damn it!
Son of a bitch.
You're making me feel like a moron. Now I get to
Um,
make you feel like a moron.
All right. Yeah, we're even now. All right.
Is that how that works?
I guess. Oh god, we're over 2 hours into this. thing.
Yeah, it might be a long podcast.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty much running out of topics at this point.
Yeah, no, I'm
Well-
running on dry here
We don't have a Kyle here to
to tell us that we're below time or something
yeah,
like that.
we don't have Kyle here to like keep the conversation going. Kyle was great last week.
Dude, he was awesome.
He's-
Like I've wanted him to get on here for so long.
We have been in 2 separate apartments since.
Oh, you
yeah,
mean
we've been
Kyle
in
and
yeah no
Oh.
no Zach and I have been in 2 different apartments since we've been off campus, and we're like, Kyle, you should come to our apartment. For the first year at our old place, he was
Yeah.
like, nah, I guess I'm not gonna show up there. And then our new place, he still has not been there.
yeah, I'm trying to get him over.
It's
He's just a busy boy.
he's busy, and like,
He's
what do
smart
we do
and
when we're at home, Zach?
we just drink.
We drink, and
Kyle doesn't.
Kyle doesn't drink very much.
I don't think he's drank at all, from what I've heard.
Really?
Yeah, he's not a big drinker.
I mean,
I think we can make him that if he hangs out with us enough.
yeah, I mean, you turned me into this, so
It's true. I will not negate that statement.
yeah. I mean, I've met a couple people since I've been in college that they're like, hey, you should come have a little alcohol with us, and I'm like, a little's not bad.
A little.
And then,
And they take a sip of beer.
but see, Cordell is a big boy, and a little alcohol is not going to get him where he needs to be. When I go out for the night, I usually bring $60 cash with me because I'm gonna spend it.
Are you gonna spend $60 either at the blackjack or on beer?
Like that's on alcohol.
Oh, just on
Just
alcohol.
on alcohol,
$60.
like, yeah, $45 to $60 just on alcohol.
That's what happens when you have a high tolerance.
Yeah, I never wake up with
Is it-
hangovers ever.
See, that's the one part that I would enjoy is not having a hangover.
It's awesome.
But I pay for those, or I guess you pay for not having a hangover.
Yeah, but I pay in cash because I have to buy so much more. He pays the next morning because
Yeah.
he's a pussy.
It's not it's not like I made a deal. They're like, all right, you can either like,
It's like a choose your own adventure screen where
Yeah.
like, you can like you create a character.
yeah.
You picked this instead of this, and they're like, all right, cool. I mean, yeah, that's a thing you can do. I mean, I wouldn't have, but
It's whatever. So, oh shit. All right.
well, I guess we're done for this one.
Yeah,
It's been
man.
a lot of fun. Come back next week. We'll have another.
Kyle back in here. Either that
We'll
or we
have
got to
someone-
get Donnie for sure.
We'll figure something out for next week. We won't be as rambly, hopefully.
I mean,
This has been a
it's
good one, though.
it's gonna be for sure a spoiler talk on Stranger Things.
Yes, we'll have our spoiler talk on Stranger Things.
Yep.
We'll come back with
I'm trying to think stories. We'll
we'll find something out for you. We'll figure something out.
either that or find someone interesting.
Yeah, something interesting will be coming next week. Until then, this has been Two Dudes in a Room.
Two dudes in a room.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.